not streaming in the Discord, by the way.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into another edition of MNW Firing Line. I am your host, Joe, and join with me as always is Faison. How's it going, Faye?
Howdy. I got some frozen drinks to keep me company. I got my dinner for later when we take our break. Other than that, it's been a pretty nice week. It's cooling off a little bit, but we might see a little bit more heat for the weekend, unfortunately.
Summer is definitely coming in quick. Pools are definitely opening it up, and, it's like I said, not only is it getting hot out there, it's getting hot in the ring. This past weekend there was another pay-per-view that had some very interesting results, and, also, in the realm of MNW, we had some very nice surprises. And why don't we just go ahead and get on into it?
Absolutely.
All right.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, we will start off with Friday Night Flashbang, as we always do. And, as we always do, regretfully, we're going to be hearing from the interim general manager, Mr. Lawson.
How nice of our production truck to play that right before I got out here. Mr. Andrews, do you forget who runs this show? Do you forget who signs the checks that keep you employed? I think you need to take a step back and reevaluate your personal positions on this particular matter. You see, because of the actions of this roster, I have been forced to take drastic actions. Putting Kaiser in a submission match, putting Henry Colt on the back burner. Since you know, the Time Bandits are a bit busy here tonight. And you, Mr. Andrews, I gave you a very clear directive: win, and you can keep your Multiverse dreams alive. And what did you do? You went out here and you lost. You lost like you always do. You had that beautiful, phenomenal run in the C101. The winner of Block B, and what did you do? You handed the opportunity at a world title to your better UK counterpart, who used to be on this show. Had I been running the show, we would have never traded him for a past his bribe, want-to-be dead man. He would still be here, and maybe I would have shipped you to Warzone. So maybe before you did...
Now, normally I'm not the interrupting type, but I think I speak for everybody backstage and everybody in this arena when I say, would you please shut the hell up? We are sick and tired of the same diatribe week in and week out. We get it. You have a little Napoleon complex, but you need to knock this nonsense off and open up your eyes.
Ah, yes. Speaking of people who have found themselves rotting in irrelevancy, it's the Omni Slayer, Jagger Blackthorn. How nice of you to come out here. I don't believe I invoked your name, Omni Slayer, so I don't know why you're out here. This is a particularly bad night to piss me off, if you haven't noticed.
Actually, funny you should say that. I do have some information for you. You know, it seems awfully convenient the way that Graven and Jack Andrews barely had a fair opportunity to defend their Multiverse title shots. Not that that should ever be a stipulation in the first place, but did you ever think there was more going on? How convenient APS is on the sidelines right now.
APS has proven themselves incompetent, not able to follow orders, not able to get the job done, taking too long on investigations. Quite frankly, Honorbound has been doing a better job than they ever could. But if there is a point to your diatribe, I would like you to get to it because I have other matters to attend to.
Well, as the resident Omni Slayer, I did a little bit of investigation of my own. You know, since APS can't do their job, but they were very helpful, and we came to a deduction that there was a little bit of fey fuckery, as they say, and I apologize for swearing on your broadcast, but that's what it was, and I'll give you one guess who it was.
And where is your proof, Jagger? Where is your proof that any of this transpired? All I saw was Graven lay down like he has done time and time again. Now, I understand Graven's a friend of yours, and maybe you have a mutual admiration for Jack Andrews, but you have no proof.
No, I do have proof, but even if I were to produce proof that was immeasurably beyond a shadow of a doubt, concrete, that Kathjina was involved in that match, would you actually do something about it? No, you wouldn't. So how about we settle this the way that you like to settle things, in a match?
A match. After Graven and Jack already had their opportunity, you want to come to their aid, do you, Jagger? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you your opportunity. A 6-man tornado tag team match. You think that there was fey nonsense going on? Well, you'll be there to stop it if it happens, right? So surely nothing could go wrong this time, right, Jagger? But if you lose this match, then not only will Graven and Jack Andrews not have a title match, they will not be on the Multivania card, and neither will you, because I am tired of the inmates running the asylum. You've heard that phrase before. I am done playing games. You want to put up or shut up, then so be it. The consequences are on your head, Omni Slayer.
Mr. Lawson is, well, we say this every week. We just, like, we have a Lawson crazy meter hidden somewhere around here, and we just inch that ever so closer to the absolute bonkersness. And, well, let's just tick that one more.
Really? I thought it was the Geiger counter.
Something like that. Anyway, but yeah, so so wow, so much to unpack there. Later on in the night, let's start with that. Later on in the night, it's going to be Jagger, Jack Andrews, and Graven Allen taking on some opponents with their Multivania dreams on the line. Now, it's unsure how many matches. It's unsure how many matches are going to be there, or what the details are, but it does not bode well if they don't do well.
No, absolutely not. Jack Andrews especially. Just a hardcore MNW man. He is a man of the company, or he has been, but for him getting screwed like this, ever since he's just been pretty much just nose to the grind chasing that Multivania ever since the C101, and that's just is a months-long journey. And then you have Graven Allen and just other competitors. We'll see if it'll be it'll be multiple matches, Joe, but knowing Lawson, he might just leave it at the one and try to be done with it. He seems like he really wants to get people out of the way for whatever he wants to happen at Multivania.
Well, especially like it's like kind of like what the Sandman mentioned earlier. Some he doesn't want the inmates running the asylum, and yet he lets this citric cane. He lets the citric cane run, like just do his own business, as if he and the former members of the Empire, Honorbound included. I will include Honorbound into this. It's as if they're infallible when they're kind of all working under him.
That does actually. And we talk about theories a little bit on here on Firing Line. I'm going to throw one back at you, Joe. We've talked before about how the shapeshifter, whoever it is, that is the citric cane, might be someone who's invested in the interdimensional tag title scene. What if it's also someone who is part of the Empire, someone we've forgotten about?
And we do have a copy of what Jack Andrews has mentioned right beforehand. And ladies and gentlemen, that definitely is our promo of the week. So we will get to that here in just a moment. We're loading it in now. But first, how's about we get into some matches?
Oh, let's get some wrestling. What do we got first?
We have a showcase match, MNW staple. Starting off, we have Lee. Second up, representing the aforementioned Honorbound, the Bulldog, Grant Martin. Coming in third, representing Vaporwave, Rico Rose. Coming in fourth, the king of the jungle himself, Shere Khan. Coming in next, representing the Princedom, it's Sir Percival, the Honorable Knight. Coming in next, we have VR Junkie representing Electro Reality. Representing Spectra Sonata coming in, we got the Punk Master Ghost. Coming in next, we have representing the Grand Equation, Lionel Matrix. And that's our competitors, and let chaos reign from here on out. And kind of apropos for a few of these matchups, Spectra Sonata going up against the Grand Equation. We got the Shere Khan going up against a member of Honorbound. The only people who were kind of considered odd men out were Wiley and Rico. Because we have the Princedom and Electro Reality in the same match.
Very, very true. It is, however, interesting to see him get thrown back into things. It was always a treat to see Wiley. I almost said one of the Omni Slayers, and I forget he was only as part of that for the Trios tournament, I believe.
Yeah, he was only. He's been affiliated with them, and he has been considered a friend, but he's not technically an Omni Slayer. He is a Dragonborn warrior. I mean, also former interdimensional champion, and one of, if not the most successful Flashbang originals that we have. Especially like if you go back into the records, definitely we'll see that he used to be a red scale Dragonborn. Thank you, Nero, for showing him the icy side of him. Speaking of which, trapped under ice onto the VR Junkie. And breaks on out.
We got Leonel focusing over there on PM Ghost right in the middle. Still just wrenching back on him. Leonel's just been very, very cold and very focused of late. Probably has to do with his training.
Yeah. I mean, I don't doubt it for 1 second. I mean, ever since, I believe it was 3 losses in a row to members of Spectra Sonata in not only tag but singles matches as well. Like, Leonel's kind of just going back to the drawing board and going, okay, what works, what didn't work. And speaking of which, we have Rico Rose eliminating Sir Percival. Yeah, I don't doubt that Leonel's been training and trying to get better from where he was beforehand, as he was calling out Sandman.
You could say he's rebalancing the equation.
He really is showing his work in this match.
Well, it's very important. It's very important that he gets a little bit of a new focus to go on, and to be honest, it kind of works out that way, given Spectre Sonata, the Troll Train, probably have some other more important things to focus on, but we might hear from that a little bit later. It's, they are not happy. No.
And speaking about someone who's not happy, Rico Rose has been eliminated by Shere Khan. We'll talk about the Troll Train much later, but the overall message that they sent out this week was, look, we know what's going on. We've done this before. I think we've done this before. And we're not having it. And Shere Khan gets a second elimination in the Punk Master Ghost. Also, Miguel, what I said wasn't a pun, it was wordplay. There's a difference. I will fight you on that one.
You could say that he's also got to go back to the blackboard.
I'll take that. Speaking of which, Lionel Matrix has been eliminated by the VR Junkie.
That's a shame. We got to do a little chalk outline around him.
Shere Khan's been eliminated by the Bulldog Grant Martin from Honor Bound. Shere Khan's probably most definitely not happy about that one. And in your final three, you have Grant Martin, VR Junkie, and the Dragonborn Wiley. I don't know why I extended that, but you know what? That's what.
I mean, like you said, former interdimensional champ, a little bit of dramatics now and then is very suited for him. But yes, you're right. Shere Khan has indeed not been happy, especially with his, I would say, sort of an ongoing feud with Honor Bound, but he should not happy in general with the company.
Looked like
And
Wiley
Honor
was,
Bound also seems to be figuring things out. I'm not sure.
looked like Wiley earlier was trying to go for Trevor under ice, but Grant Martin broke that up. And looks like he's got it locked in. And Junkie gets right on out of it again. Without the help of Grant Martin this time.
Electro Rally has also been performing very, very well, especially with Electroman's past wins.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, we're gonna see another match between Sir Reginald and Electroman later on in the night. I believe they're doing a best of 5 series. So one more win for Electroman, and that kind of closes it. Hopefully, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been very much enjoying those matches. Kind of hoping they do like a blow-off tag team match soon. Oh God, Wiley showing his viciousness in this match. Wiley typically does very well when it comes to showcases. Bulldog Grant Martin as well. Like Grant Martin is usually, if not in the top 3, usually in like the top 2. VR Junkie, I believe, is a showcase winner himself. Speaking of which, VR Junkie has been eliminated. Ooh, Bulldog onto the outside.
So it's down to Bulldog. Down to Bulldog and Wiley. As you were saying, it's probably just some of the expertise and just the experience showing.
Yeah,
both of these competitors have been around for quite a while, and Bulldog's tried to. It seems like he's definitely trying to step up things, especially after Shere Khan dealt a few losses in a few matches. But
yeah,
that's all right. There's still plenty of room to work. Still plenty of room to improve.
Oh. Show dog onto the Dragonborn. 2-3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Bulldog, Grant Martin. I'm sure his buddies over in Honor Bound are more than pleased.
Oh, absolutely. That was a very, very difficult match. Some of the best and the top shape competitors that we have. Especially ending it with Wiley. Oh, you'd think that would be one of the people you would want to get rid of sooner, but he stuck in there for a while, and he got the count on him. So congratulations, Bulldog.
Congratulations. And do I have to play this next one? Do I really? We're going to go back down to the ring and hear from a member of...
boy.
Yeah. We're going to hear from a member of Apex. Ladies and gentlemen, Blight Howlis.
I very rarely ever pick up a microphone, and for good reason. Mizuki and Nero have always been the vocal ones in Apex, but I grow tired of these games. Suicide! Gemini, you have declared war on my pack, my family, and now you will deal with all of the predators all at once. No one is safe. No one, especially you. See, I know that your family, the ones that you are close to, reside on Warzone. And Apex has declared war on them. They will be hunted, they will be beaten, and it will be your fault. Theron Eldrazi. You like to speak of outlaw shit? Well, that is the only thing that you spew. The only thing that you two are. The Outlaws are shit. But the brass does not have to give you what you want. I will hunt you on this show, on Warzone, or in any multiverse you try to run to. I will not be satiated until I rip your throats out from your bodies and feed them to suicide. You want to be homicidal? Then just keep testing Apex, and I'll show you!
So, Blind Hellas calling out Suicide Gemini, and so is he requesting a gauntlet of sorts of Apex, or is he just wanting to just maul Suicide Gemini by himself?
Maybe it's some more so of the whole pack wants to hunt you, but I'm gonna get there first because I think he wants to kill, especially. Well, I'm gonna make sure all my doors are locked. I'm gonna probably spend some time in the bunker because he ran through half the, a good chunk of the showcase last time he showed up in Warzone. So that's a frightening thing. And then Labras also showed up. So we're gonna be seeing a bit more from Apex. Hopefully, there's some of that gets resolved. Maybe in a week or so. Just because the Outlaws are asking for it. I mean, a little maybe unwisely, but they've been asking for it. And Apex definitely wants to hunt them, so maybe let him at it, please.
Like, I won't lie. Suicide Gemini definitely has it coming. I will admit that, as much as it pains me. But there's the problem. I'm still not really too sure of like what Blight's intentions are. And I think it's like, so it kind of like pulling both of those ideas together. Maybe it's like it is a gauntlet, but Blight starts it. And then each member just comes in and kicks the crap out of them. Who knows? Also, El Robot, thank you for resubscribing for 4 months. We also have a tweet out from Michael Macabre. I sit here and I watch the insects scurry about in an attempt of mundane cliche. I told everyone on the 21st of April in 2020 that all Rabbit had to do was give me the key and Armageddon would come. I've been pulling the strings since then, and I have done nothing but told the truth. Told the truth, even. The truth is, Flashbang has been rotting from the inside, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. Not Apex, not an Omnislayer, and certainly not the Fae.
So it seems like we'll be hearing a lot more from Doom in the near future.
If Magic has anything to say about it, I don't doubt it.
Oh, well.
Speaking.
But that's unfortunately gonna have to be for another time. So what do we get next?
Well, speaking of Doom, one of their aspirations, the World Heavyweights Championship, is going to be on the line next week on Friday. Actually, tomorrow on Friday Night Flashbang. And beforehand, the competitors elected to do a Pick Your Poison match, where they select competitors and going into where they select competitors to give their contender a bit of a warm-up, so to speak. And we're going to start off with the number one contender, Spike, coming down to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, bone it down. And one half of the Bone Warriors, former tag team champion, coming down to the ring with his full-on voodoo doctor regalia. Kind of mesmerizing, I'm not gonna lie.
I saw that in the halls, and for a second I had to look twice because I thought it was moving. But he looks really nice today. I'm happy to see it. It's just not necessarily good luck, just for the just bringing some good energy, probably for himself out of the ring. I'm not sure how well that works.
But the
I
main,
I like the little poofy bit down the middle.
yeah, but
Little trail.
the main question, who did Victor Vicious pick to face Spike? Who amongst the locker room? And those horns only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen. It is the conductor of the troll train himself, Tiki the Troll. Coming now, I was watching chat on this one. A bunch of people were like, "Oh, Victor, you cruel, cruel individual," and I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to pick your poison matches, rarely ever do the picks actually get the win, and that's statistically speaking. I'm not saying it's cruel, but who knows? So, but as well as like what Eric just said there, if Tiki loses in this match, the Troll Train lose their winning streak. But if they win, hey, that's 2 wins in a row. After a very heartfelt win last week against Lord Bareback, woof. This is I can't tell if Victor Vicious was being cruel or actually being thoughtful. And I'm kind of leaning towards the cruel option if I remember who Victor Vicious is. Even though he tweeted on social media later on that night going, "What are you talking about? I always give opportunities to people." Uh-huh. Come on, Victor. You don't need to be coy.
Well, there's opportunity. Yes, opportunity for victory, but also opportunity for a whole world of hurt. Just laying into each other like this. Both of them just extremely fierce competitors. Oh, and he's lifting him
Delayed
up.
vertical suplex. He even held him on one leg. Spike, you cheeky individual. I mean, and we have... That's Nitzik Gunt Gobble's music. But we got Tiki standing right up. And yeah, there's the former war boss himself going up into a Daka Droppa. Tiki just standing in the corner going, "It's okay, I'm just going to let this happen." It's stealing the pin!
Yeah,
and just sneaking in for the pin! 2, 3! So that's 2 wins in a row for the Troll Train. Hooray. I know for a fact. I could just smell Johan's disappointment from the other room because that is... It's potent.
It is a win is a win, though.
A win is a win is a win.
At his face.
Of course, yes.
But that undercut Spike so much. That probably was part of the plan, though. Maybe just send Nitzig in and hope Tiki would just take advantage and not stop Nitzig.
Personally speaking, I would be as happy as Tiki, honestly speaking, because like you have like one of the biggest guys in Nitzik Gunkabla coming in and just wrecking shop onto Spike, and then hey, it's a free win. But
one man's loss is another man's gain.
Exactly. But I mean, and I guess the only person in the Troll Train who would definitely be upset about that win would have been Johan, because I'm sure Tigeri would have been like, it's a blessing. I've spoken to them.
Provides.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, we finally got it queued up for you. We are going to go right into the promo of the week. So we're going to hear from Jack Andrews.
You know, it has come to my attention that there's a whole lot of people on this roster saying, we're going to rise up against the brass, we're going to take the fight to loss, and we're going to make sure that they can't abuse their power. And at the same time, you're all doing a whole lot of dickle. Last week, I had my opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship taken at the benevolent words of Lawson, first name, who gives a shit. So tonight, I'm going to show everyone how you actually stand up against someone in power who's abusing it. Mr. Lawson, I'm going to be in your office tonight, whether you want me to or not. Well before the show starts. You can either meet me there, or I might decide to redecorate. And then after that, I might march out to the ring and hold the show hostage. Hell, if anyone else on the roster's got the balls, how about a mass walkout? You're going to find out that you pissed off the wrong worker. Because up until now, I've been a company guy. After this, I'm going to be your worst fucking nightmare.
God, I hope that wasn't anything expensive. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Jack Andrews coming out with his tag team partner, Graven Allen, the Chocolate Zombie, and finally, the Omni Slayer, Jagger Blackthorn, as they go up against the Cyberbots. Cool J Kyo, the Cyber Controller, and Talos Sid. Still undefeated, by the way. And then Graven going up against the biggest, arguably the biggest guy in the ring right now in Talos Sid. I mean, both in height and in, I want to say, weight. And we also got Cyber Controller going up against Jack Andrews and Cool J Kyo going up against the Omni Slayer, Jagger Blackthorn.
Oh, geez, what was it that Mr. Lawson said earlier, that Jack Blackthorn's gonna have to keep an eye out for any magical shenanigans, something like that?
Yeah, Jagger is convinced.
But, I mean,
I'm sorry?
I mean, it's just the thing is, it's like there's nothing magical that we know of, like, to watch in this match, so... Like, they're all robots.
Yeah, they're robots. Well, like...
Yeah, there's no magic there. Like, what?
Oh, looks like we got an STF onto Talos Sid. And I did see some people mention something. So, Talos Sid, yes, he does have a loss technically, but in singles competition, he is still, has not been pinned, has not been submitted. In trios competition and in tag, yes, he has had a couple of losses here and there. Question. We have a question from the chat as well. How long does how long of Talos Sid going on an undefeated streak before he gets pit against Satiris Vasilikis? Wow, that would be interesting. Control Alt Delete onto the Black Prince. Going for that cover. Jagger breaking it up. And oh god, the Cyberbot's still kind of clearing out the ring.
Oh, and Graven caught him when he was taunting at the top of the ropes and just dropped him back down.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're picking a big target there, Graven. I'd watch out.
Yeah, I will say this, though. I'm not really sure. I mean, I understand that, like, this is definitely a case of face shenanigans, but honestly speaking, I'm not sure if it's a combination, if it's either face shenanigans or is it mostly Jagger still trying to find a reason to get back at Kathjina. Because I thought they had their match and they were pretty much leaving in a awkward situation, yes, but still not terribly light, but they were moving on.
Interesting. As for the Satiris comment, Well, considering how Labyrinth and Lighthouse have been active in going after the Outlaws, maybe we'll see Satirius back in action soon. Although, oh god, I'm scared if he comes to Warzone. Hopefully they do that over on Flashbang.
I mean, they had the heavy hitters go over towards Warzone. I mean, Mizuki especially. But, yeah, that would be interesting to say the least. And Raven's still going after Talos. Cool J Kyo with the KO punch onto the Black Prince. Going for that cover. 2, 3. Yo, Kyo picks up the victory.
Unfortunately, his teammates just couldn't see what was going on. Blackthorn looked just dejected. But that is another fantastic win for the Cyberbots, who have, from what I've been judging, have been slowly just improving and like fine-tuning, shall we say, their technique and their strategy.
Yeah, but here's the thing I'm kind of curious about. How did Lawson think? I mean, he's definitely trying to stack the deck against not all three of Jack Andrews, Graven, and also Jagger, especially because but no pun intended, put them up against a well-oiled machine in the Cyberbots. 3 individuals who came together who are very, very good as a trio. And we've seen little to no success at the very least Jack Andrews and Graven and then you insert Jagger into the mix. Yeah, Jagger and Graven had some tag experience within the last 3 years, but it's still haphazard to say the least, especially with Graven's very vocal preference to be a singles competitor, never a tag. So long rant short, Lawson is just continuously trying to stack the deck against them.
True. And with APS, Lawson very obviously trying to push APS out of the way. It's a dangerous game he's playing. Someone's got to be around to try to regulate that sort of thing. Otherwise, it'll just be magic free for all, I suppose. I do have a theory. Sandman mentioning how Kathleen doesn't need to be ring to sight necessarily. She just needs line of sight. So I think he means she just needs to be able to see him. And that kind of makes sense. I mean, because correct me if I'm wrong, she's also been trying to toy with Graven Allen more in the more recent weeks.
Well,
So there's there's a slight motivation there. I'm not sure.
Well, last Easter, Graven made a deal with Kathleen to kind of borrow some of his own life to heal Tiki the Troll, who was in a coma for about 15 months with some form of Fey poison in him. Since then, she kind of kept a very invisible short leash on the chocolate zombie, and all she asked for was for Graven to beat Jagger, and beat Jagger, Graven did. So they seemed to have been done with each other. Excuse me. They seemed to have been done with their arrangement, and they both kind of just moved on. Katrina just kind of going for those quick and easy deals, whereas some Fae that we've seen kind of go for the long con, try and squeeze it all for all they can. And we got a tweet out.
Message on Twitter.
Yeah, we got a tweet out from Rico Rose. How nice that Lawson pit an established team against 3 singles competitors. Also, of course, that Lawson wants to take APS out of the picture because Faye nonsense is involved. Yeah, that's a little suspicious in itself.
And we will, speaking of, we will be getting into some of what you mentioned later in the night when we talk about Warzone. But for now, what do we got next for Flashbang, Joe?
Well, hang on, we gotta... Alright, I gotta... We gotta call... I know this number. Not looking forward to it. But you know what? May as well.
Hello, MNW Firing Line?
Hang on, we're patching them through now. It's getting slower and slower as the days go by. I'm not really complaining terribly too much. The streams haven't been that much affected. Give you a moment. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. I know, obvious for Firing Line stream. Ah, lovely. All right. Alrighty. Hello, MNW Firing Line.
Well, hello, Joe.
God, why? Hi, Theron.
How goes it, buddy?
Why are you here?
Just a simple reminder, if you will, seeing you were covering Flashbang.
Mm-hmm.
Apex,
Go ahead.
why are you fighting so hard? What? Is this a Lawson thing wanting to keep us out? Is this Apex's scared thing, even though they said, let us in? Time's ticking, Apex. We get it, you came to our house, but we're about ready to kick your door in, ban or not. Let me ask the viewers something. Want a war, right? Why not tell Lawson you want it to happen? All I'm asking, this is my plea. Tell Lawson you want the feud that prints money. It's that simple.
And that's unfortunately all the time we're going to have for you, Theron. We are going to have to progress into the next portion. We'll definitely talk about the Outlaws more later on in the nights with their tag team title match. Haha. Anyway, so coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we had one half of the Pick Your Poison with Spike going up against Tiki the Troll. And here we have another with the World Heavyweight Champion Victor Vicious representing the Cartel. And Spike's pick, the creation of House Caliban. So, the return of Christopher Caliban to Flashbang and I guess some solidarity for his undead brethren from Spike. So yeah, starting off strong. Spike kind of answering Victor's response with the response of his own, getting the biggest and probably the strongest of Caliban of Caliban's sons. But Victor's no slouch. Obviously, I mean he is the world heavyweight champion for a reason. You don't hold that title for this long, since like October, and not hold your own in the ring. Granted, some of that was through other means, but let's not get into that right now. Let's focus on the match.
Oh, absolutely. It was a surprise and a treat to see the creation just out here, just showing up the best of what he can. It's a very frustrating position for House Caliban right now, and with them themselves unable to directly take it to Grim and the Murder Cave, they're going to have to go about a more indirect route. It doesn't help Victor Vicious has allied himself with them, but what do we have here?
We have a bit of an interruption, a little bit of a run-in, so to speak, on Victor. Victor is starting at the ring, and this Kuso Kale dressed up as MJF delivering the bombshell cars.
And there she goes, just rolling out of the ring, right after Hutch actually called her out last week, just saying, just do her job or I'll turn you into Victor myself. But here she comes, and both men are just lying there on the ground. The ref looks so confused.
Well, actually, what he said was, face me in the ring and I will take you to Victor myself.
Oh, well, there's so much for that.
And we have the Wheel of Pain being applied to the World Champion. One of the most vicious submission moves in all of Flashbang for a reason, and the champ taps out. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Caliban, The Creation. And this is a much needed win that Christopher needed, honestly speaking.
Yeah, that looks cathartic for him. I'm glad to see it.
Granted, with
the
the
cheers in the crowd.
granted with a little bit of
Take
help.
it in for a second.
Yeah. I will say, granted, with a little bit of help from Kuso Kale. CG, that was definitely Kuso. Not MJF. He's still... I swear, he's I keep trying to present the evidence, and yet he's still thinking that they're two separate people. Anyway, but yes. So, when it comes to the Pick Your Poison matches, they definitely came with caveats, so to speak.
So that makes running number
2
of the
Yes.
night? Okay, so both men have now lost their Pick Your Poison, so we're gonna have to see what Lawson decides after that. Because if I also recall, the other situation we had was with Brawl and Citric Kane, where both won the Pick Your Poison match, so it's another draw again.
Well,
that's a little frustrating.
Well, I don't think there was any kind of stipulation on the line in itself. So, this was mostly just saying, hey, F you, I'm going to pick your opponent. Well, no, I'm going to pick your opponent. And then, here we are.
Both get run in. We're going to see more from that in the near future. I bet Hutch, he's going to have more than a few words, I'm sure, after seeing that.
Yeah.
Not to mention Victor and everybody else, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, especially with Victor's World Heavyweight title match tomorrow against Spike. But, for now, we have Apex representing. We have the Crimson Phoenix and the Queen herself, Mizuki Napier, going up against the homicidal Suicide Gemini and his tag team partner, Lady Kath Gina, and her Faye fuckery robe. Starting off strong, both Gemini and... the ladies are paired off against the men. No, there's no easy way to say that.
I mean, in fairness, though, Mizuki has been wanting to get her hands more personally on Gemini, and I can't blame her after just seeing what happened in Nero.
Now a shoulder tackle to Mizuki. Gemini wants no part of Mizuki. Just told
I gotta...
That might have been a bad idea. Look at this.
Okay, I'm a little confused about this one. From Rico Rose. Last Friday showed that Lawson didn't have the control of the rooster that he said that he had.
Oh, he probably means the, with the Pick Your Poison match and all the run-ins.
Roster! Roster! Oh, I am stupid. I had a stroke. Okay.
Oh, don't do that.
I thought it said rooster, not roster. I am stupid.
I don't think El Pollo has showed up this week. So.
Actually, now that you say that, AAA hasn't really had much of a showcase outside of the match after they won the trios titles.
That's true, yeah. I'm sure something's gonna get figured out, but a little bit more back to this match. Just Gina pretty much almost flying all over the place.
God,
she's
super
very
kick.
acrobatic.
Super
and
kick.
Mizuki got land on her, though.
Oh, nice ripcord lariat onto the Fae Queen. And looks like Mizuki's looking for some plunder. She brought out a table.
Oh, she's looking for some lumber, Joe. Just standing up on there. It looks like she's gonna set up for something if Phoenix can't get a hold of Gemini. But Kath Gina joins her back in the ring over here.
Oh, look out here! Get Gina! Moonsault! Gemini! Fall into despair!
Ouch! And with the drop straight onto Phoenix, that's gonna hurt.
And kick out at 2 is Crimson Phoenix. Oh, and an elbow drop onto the lower back of the. Oh, jeez. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But she just discombobulated Mizuki's spine. Good lord. God, like, this just shows the toughness of Mizuki Napier, because she's able to, at the very least, get right back up, and as she's getting the Winter's Kiss right onto the outside of the ring. Ooh, speaking about DDTs, nice little spiked DDT onto the Crimson Phoenix.
Although we've seen how resilient Nero is, so it would be expected that Mizuki can take her own sort of punishment. Jeez, just such a resilient woman. And I've seen her in action in some of the other showcases as well. Just the sheer viciousness.
Got the Phoenix down now. Is the Phoenix Splash gonna come? Oh, no. Just another elbow drop. I got turnabout as fair play onto the lower back of Suicide Gemini. Jesus Christ. Everyone's lumbar is getting checked today, from what I can see. Ooh, dodged the Phoenix Splash, though. And here we have Gemini. Looks like he's setting up for something. The Kiss of Despair. And we got a cover onto the Crimson Phoenix using the lobes as leverage ref.
He didn't see it.
The pin that always works, ladies and gentlemen. It worked.
Yep. And ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Katina and Suicide Gemini. Oh, that is got to sting for Apex.
Yeah. Especially because these are two singles wrestlers that just so happen to get pushed to... Well, not just happen to get put together. That I guess freaking Suicide Gemini went in for a little bit of a... ask for a favor. Which, by the way, deadly business that. Never ask Faye for a favor.
Hey, I'm good for a favor. I could.
You're a gem.
Hopefully not. Because we have people don't like dragons around here.
Well, some people don't like dragons around here, especially Dragonborn.
Some people don't.
But
That's true.
I mean, I'm just saying, I love the Dracos.
Yeah.
But coming up next,
we're gonna probably see more of that in the future. But as you were saying, what do we have next?
Coming up next, though, ladies and gentlemen, we got one half of the Time Bandits, one half of the Tag Team Champions, Thunderbolt, something Thunderbolt, going up against the questionable Merc himself, Jack. The questionable.
He doesn't have the boots.
Thank Christ. Ooh.
Apparently, Sandman got $100,000 after selling them to someone.
Good. Nice. Hoping that he has a nice little payday for that one. Also, what's up?
Oh, I was scared we were going to have a run-in again for a second there.
I mean, 2 times in one night is rare. It can't possibly happen a third, right?
I'm sure we'll be fine here.
It can't
We got...
possibly happen. No, that's insane.
Last week, just Sandman getting one over on Jack the Questionable. It's nice to see Thunderbolt also coming out to just stretch his stuff a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Thunderbolt in ring as of late. He unfortunately, like when it comes to like singles competition, Sandman's typically the one that answers the call, so to speak. And Thunderbolt's like, no, you go get them, buddy. Going for that cover and kicking right on out of 2 is Thunderbolt. Oh, looks like, oh no, what's Jack setting up for? Oh, looks like he's trying to go for a diving knee strike. Oh, okay, look, listen, that can't... We have Red Star Roman coming in. That's third one of the night.
What's he doing out here? What?
It looked like that Thunderbolt was...
He's with Jack, isn't he?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or maybe there's beef.
Ooh.
Oh, thank God. Okay,
And
so that makes 3 for the night. All right.
as Thunderbolt is standing and deliver for the devil, he may take ya. And kicks right on out to his Jack. And God, like, I don't know if he's trying to come in for Thunderbolts, if he's trying to come in for Jack. This is an odd situation to say the least.
Yes, and I don't know too much about Red Roman, but I'll ask you a little bit after this, because I want to make sure I pay attention. It's been distracting enough with the run-ins tonight. Oh, and we got Jack throwing Thunderbolt over. He was not going to tap out to that.
Yeah, especially with, like, money or your life is definitely one of those submissions that has a very good track record. Just about any time that Thunderbolt has applied it, not only has done massive damage, but I mean, it's also got him the victory. Ooh, God, just slamming that arm against the mat there. It's like the moment Red Star Roman came in, the momentum of this match swung into Jack the Questionable's favor. And then another, nope, just going in for a powerbomb. Or just parading Jack around the ring.
Carrying him wild. Damn, Thunderbolt, you've been working out.
So it's like Jack's like probably like what, 180, a couple hundred. I don't know. It's hard.
He was taking there. Jeez.
Like momentum wise, like getting them up is the hard part. Carrying them around, that's easy. You don't know Jack. Onto the face of Thunderbolt. And Jack gets his revenge for the golden boots. And picks up the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Jack the Questionable, and his ally, Red Star Roman. I have no idea what this
Work
relationship
partners,
is.
maybe?
Maybe? Maybe Jack hired Roman to watch his back a little?
We got a tweet out from Sandman actually on the matter in a second, but just these two making a show of it. Commentators were pretty annoyed about that.
I was pretty annoyed myself.
Yeah, from the Sandman over here. I was barricaded in the locker room during this shitstorm. I did everything to get out, and even the back door was barred. So either the arena needs their doors checked, or Lawson's trying to step to me. Also, what's with people involving themselves in business that ain't theirs? There's Vic, the two bitty bitch, and now it's no stars Roman. Like, what the hell? I don't know, man. Maybe you can go ask him on Flashbang tomorrow, or maybe Jack or Roman are gonna come out and maybe gloat, explain what's going on. Because I mean, Jack is more on the mercenary side of things. Maybe there's a job that Roman's joining him on, or something. I'm sure you'll get answers.
I mean, possibly. I mean, the possibilities of this are endless, honestly speaking. But yeah, like, maybe you should have a word with Lawson or Roman or literally anybody at this point. But now coming up next is the penultimate segment. It's another of the best of 5 series. we have the Electro Man representing Electro Reality going up against Sir Reginald of the Princedom. Electro Man having 2 wins over Sir Reginald, and Reginald only having the 1 so far. But still coming out pretty strong. Not gonna lie though, 'cause, I know I don't shut up about them, but like I really do hope that Electro Reality kind of gets something. I mean, hell, at this point, I kind of want to see something to happen for the Princedom as well, because my God, has the Princedom actually have been just so exemplary, like have been so extraordinary as of late. Looks like Reginald's kind of going for a different kind of approach, trying to systematically destroy the arm of Electro Man. Pretty good idea, pretty smart. Reginald's showing off that he's been studying up on his opponents. Ooh. Oh God, more elbow. Nope. Looks like he was going in for a second, but that was a fake out. Going in for that cover. 1. Kicking out at 1. Although I will say this again, this probably does seem like it's just mostly between Reggie and Electro Man, but I kind of want to see the like Electro Reality versus Princedom tag team match. Oh God, pedigree.
True, especially with VR Junkie actually interfering a little bit in Reginald's match with Electro Man. And we got a kick out at 2 from Electro Man. Not quite done that there yet, Reginald. You're gonna have to put in a little bit more. What's he got setting up for next?
I just now noticed something. Is Reginald wearing swashbuckling boots?
See? Or maybe those are riding boots?
Maybe. Sorry, like that. It doesn't. That doesn't mean anything. It was just a curiosity.
Maybe.
So,
if anyone would, he probably would be the one to ride up to the shows on a horse. I can see it.
Yeah, kind of the same actually. But anyway, back into the match. Small tangent aside, especially with my usual brand of craziness at this point. God. Ooh, Faymancer busting open Electro Man. Going in for that cover. 1, 2. Kicking right on it, too. Reginald is beside himself.
Absolutely. Just what's it gonna take? These two are just viciously going at each other.
Well, let's see if a pedigree does the trick. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Sir Reginald. Reggie got his win back, and this series is now at 2 wins apiece. And it looks like Electro Man looks like, trying to go for a clothesline, but gets denied and gets fought out of the ring. So yeah, Reginald is really feeling his victory tonight.
He was ready for that. He's just been expecting it. It's it's kind of cathartic in a way to just see him just so energetic and fired up like that. This feud's been really bringing out the best of Reginald, I have to say. And as Electro Man as well, he's gotten a lot more clever, as we've seen in the past few weeks.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you don't go up against someone that many times and not pick up a few things. And especially, like, Reginald won that match just by himself. So not only did he pick up that match, he also kind of picked up the moral victory, more or less, against Electro Man. I mean, Electro Man, to win the last match, had VR Junkie come in to help. But this one, it was just them two, so yeah. Not only does he have the victory, but he can also lord that, no pun intended, lord that over Electro Man for a bit.
Absolutely. We're gonna have to see more of that in the future. So hopefully we see this best of series come to a very nice conclusion.
Hopefully it's tag match.
Interesting to see how both of them step up. Yeah, that's true. Tag match.
But, ladies and gentlemen, that's been enough of that. It is time for the main event, and it is for the Interdimensional Championship via submission match. Meaning, the only way to win is by submission. Tapping out your opponent. But beforehand, we kept getting these awfully cryptic messages kind of getting cut into the feed. And there was a bunch of theories about who this was going into the match, but it was kind of strongest when the Citra Cane came out. And he's going up against the good boy, the Sentai hero, your interdimensional champion, Brawl Kaiser. And that's what it's for right there, ladies and gentlemen. The Interdimensional Championship. The belt that means you are the defender of the multiverse. Why Citra Cane wants it, I have no... He has never really made that clear. There we go. Bell rings. Now, we showed Brawl Kaiser had at least some submission prowess, or at least has been learning at least a couple of moves since he beat a ruling Starhand previously last week using the last rites. But yeah, so Faye, who do you have in this match?
I mean, it's the good boy.
I
It's the best boy.
That makes way too much sense. Way too much sense. I don't know why I asked.
Yeah, I mean but you are right in asking, because to be fair, Brawl has not exactly been known for having or doing a whole lot of submissions. I believe just prior to this match, he mentioned about how he was trying to train, but he ran into some problems when he was doing his research. So, although we have seen him try to use the last rites for Victor, so it might be interesting to see if he pulls that out.
Yeah, Genericson on commentary mentioned about his issues, and yeah, I'm not.
No.
I'm not repeating that. I'm not getting taken down.
No, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate circumstances. What was it? I believe I mentioned how it's a very superhero thing to do to take some moves from the people that you fought or you've learned from. You know, like how he took the last rites from Victor. It's kind of like you get a level up almost, or like a new cool ability that you unlock because you're just a good superhero. Like one of those type of things.
And looks like the Citra Cane's trying to juice the good boy, but the good boy is hanging in there. Although I'm surprised that he didn't have any. I'm surprised that he didn't talk to Wang, because nobody knows how to tie a man up more like Wang.
That is true.
Although it's kind of funny. What's up?
There's also El Pollo he could have gone to too, because El Pollo was put in a very also similar, I would almost say, because he wasn't allowed to use his own submission in the Doom culmination match.
Yeah, Doom.
So he had to just pull it after that. So
Yeah, Doom recognized who they were going up against, and yeah, completely banned the crossface chicken wing. Ooh, tornado DDT onto the Citric Cane. I almost had the fake. That hasn't been confirmed yet. Although I will say this though, with your what you mentioned about copying moves and whatnot as a superhero thing, it's kind of funny because the inverse of that in wrestling is kind of a what they would call a very rude thing to do, using moves that are not your own. Ah, looks like we're 4 for 4 on run-ins tonight.
Oh no.
And
But that wasn't anyone I recognized. And who do you have behind him?
we have the Citric King and his Death Juice Regalia. Delivering a Sunny DDT onto the Citric Cane. And Brawl Kaiser
He's not even going to stay and watch.
cuts and runs as Brawl Kaiser is juicing the Juicy One. And he taps out. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still interdimensional champion, Brawl Kaiser. Good boys keep the titles.
Yeah. Oh, that was a hard-fought victory. Oh no. So there really are two of them, as far as we know.
Yeah, which one's the real one? Which one's the fake? I have no idea at this point.
Yeah, that's true. A little bit on what you were saying earlier. As far as the belt was concerned, I recall when it was Citric Cane came back and he went after Kaiser in the ring, just said, "Yeah, you have the belt. I used to have the belt. I want it." And that was just his reason. I want it because I used to have it. And he just went for it. He feels, I guess maybe he feels like it was stolen from him, so he just wants it to have it. I don't know.
At this point, who knows? I mean, the Citric Cane's motivations have yet to be revealed. He's been keeping it very close to his chest. So hopefully we'll have some form of answers in the coming weeks. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more thing left. That's right, that is the patented Flashbang moment of the week.
And a back suplex. And now the corner. Brawl. Shades of Citric, a tornado DDT of his own. And a kick right to the orange head. His arms still seem to be working. And now a kick to the inside thigh. Brawl. Shot into the corner. Citric now. Back on the offensive. And now Citric, wait a second, now it's a reverse tornado DDT! Wait, what? The hell is that music? Citric has no idea what's going on. Wait a second! That's another Citric! There's two Citrics! Another Citric out of nowhere! What in the hell is going on? Brawl, right hand! Oh my God! Brawl, the juicer! Brawl's got the juicer! He's juicing Citric! And Citric is tapping out! The good boy does it with the juicer!
Can't the Citric Cane see the writing on the wall? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Citric King returning and helping the good boy take on his doppelganger and helping him defend the title. That is your Flashbang moment of the week. And that is Warzone, ladies and that is Warzone, and that is Flashbang, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, coming up next, we have our little in-between segment. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go right back down to Travis as he sits down with one of MNW's top premier talents. Hope you enjoy.
Hello there, my name is Travis, and welcome back to the caller. Tonight, I have myself... Fuck it. Tonight I have myself a weird fucking guy. He's from Warzone. You all know him. You all love him. It's Carnival.
You can look, but you can't touch. You keep dreaming on the stars above.
Welcome, you two, or one, two, whatever. Come on in, Carney.
Hello there. I'm so excited to be here. Ooh, you look fun.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, let's get through this. So, Carnival, how have you been?
We've been just peachy, my dear.
Yeah, we've been great. We've been getting some matches, and we've been trying to fight up against that no good...
It's all right, Val. That no good doodader, Mega Blitz X. Ugh.
Well, since you brought him up, what do you think of Mega Blitz?
That boy stepped into something he can't get himself out. Not only did he challenge the master, he lost the briefcase outright. But we're not done with Mega Blitz.
Yeah, the Conquest leaders, Samjack's got a turn, and now we want to turn against him.
If anybody's good at riding here, it's going to be us.
Well, okay then. Are you guys interested in going for any titles?
Well, of course, my dear. We always love going for some titles. We would like to put the strap on us, then.
Yeah, we would like to put the strap on.
No, Connie, it's strap. We'll get to that later. I think that our good friend Gorm and I are more than ready to take on the tag division. And if not that, then maybe Sir McCheese and that big oof title should come home to Daddy.
So, do you want to describe what it feels like to get in the wrestling match, and why do you stick around for it?
Well, we joined in wrestling because we love the hand-on-hand combat.
Yeah, we love to get in the match and wrestle with people. It's so much fun.
And of course, our most favorite types of matches are the intimate ones, where you've got everyone else away, you two bound together in a cage of some sort, and ooh, nobody knows what will happen after that.
And with that, I am uncomfortable. Okay. Have you given any thoughts to your blow-off match with Sawyer? Now that he's kind of out with the administration, something like that, he's probably gonna come and bother you guys again about this clown work.
Ooh, Sawyer. We don't go back on past mistakes. He was a phase, and we are simply looking for the next greatest combat feeling.
He's old news, like his spare parts broken.
Good one there, Val.
All right, note to self, robots and clowns, maybe future match. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the Firing Line audience before we wind this interview down?
Don't be sleeping on Carnival, because we are here, and we are coming to get you.
Yeah, hello, operator. I need you to ban all Hot Clown Hotline phone calls to this thing.
Welcome back to the Hot Clown Hotline. I know it's not your first time.
You were just here. How did you get this stuff? And if you want to see Carnival in action, tune in on Saturdays for Warzone at twitch.tv/Dr_Caliban. My name is Travis, and thank you from the caller.
Thank you, Travis. for your patience and dedication into making the product of Firing Line that much greater, and you deserve I think we all deserve a very hot shower, because I feel filthy. I feel filthy listening to that. I could not even dream of being in the same room interviewing them. Them? I'm going with them.
No, it's okay, Joe. It'll be all right. Although we're gonna have to see once we get into the rest of Warzone, which we have coming up next. We have a lot to get into. Where do you want to start?
First thing we're going to have to start off with is Squintobane. Thank you for the resub for 5 months, you nut job. Hope you enjoy the experience. I hope you enjoy your emotes and the overall experience, my man. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started off with Warzone with a bit of words from the aforementioned Mega Blitz X.
Hey folks, it's me, Mega Blitz X, your henshin hero. And you know what? I just want you to know, I'm still feeling strong. And that's good because last week, all right, let's be honest, last week didn't go as I had hoped. But then again, I wasn't just facing Sam Jax, was I? No, I wasn't. I was facing all of the Conquest Bloodline. Every single one of those bastards. But you know what? When you're like me, when you are somebody who's trying to reach the heights of elevation, you gotta face the depths of the earth. No one sinks deeper than the Conquest Bloodline. So Sam Jax, let me just give you a little reminder here. You didn't break me. Do I look like I'm a broken man? No. Because I know that one battle does not a war make. And I went through everything you threw at me. So you hold that briefcase close, bloodsucker, because I am going to be dogging your every step. Do you hear me? You will not know a moment's peace, no matter what schemes you might have. I will be there, because that's what a hero does. And that goes for the rest of the bloodline. You are all on notice. I will be there, ready and able to stand before you to defend the multiverse. Just like my brother-in-arms, Brawl Kaiser. It's time to get elevated. He was literally flexing on the bloodline.
Yeah, like, this is great and everything, but like...
Mega Blitz X showing the Conquest Bloodline that he is not done. He is not broken. But he never said anything about getting back at that briefcase. So at the moment, the Mega Money in the Big Bank is going into Multivania, being held by Semjax. And Semjax has to cash in soon, because we have only, a month left until Multivania? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Yes, that's true. Which we'll mention a little bit more of that. But he has to cash it in by Multivania, or can he cash it in on that show?
He can cash it in on the show. It's just that after the
It's
main
just got to be out of his hands by the end of the show. So
it has, after the main event, after everything wraps up, that is when he has to have that cashed in, or else he has to relinquish the briefcase.
All right, fair enough. But we're gonna have to see, because Semjax is definitely the man with the plan, and we're gonna see what exactly how that's going to unfold for him in the following weeks. I'm very, very certain. He's very careful about holding his cards until the time is right, shall we say. But Mega Blitz is very determined to be there. As you know, hero tends to be. So he's not giving up yet, and that's a very good thing to see. But speaking of bright futures ahead of us, what do we get next?
Well, coming up next, we have an MNW staple. We have the showcase match for Warzone. Starting off, we have the space bounty hunter himself, Yakiniku Party, the French daredevil, laid, higher old, hashtag get laid. Coming in third, we have Papusa Monkey PI representing Mystery Inc. Coming in fourth is Gorm, representing the Conquest Bloodline. Coming in next, we have Caradon. And then the Doctor of Albinomics representing a VIP, still in the jorts. Representing the Eastern Bloc Party, we have Lakin. And then coming in eighth, we have our man, Daverman. And starting off, we got Papusa versus Alban. Alba just tearing it into the investigator. Still no love lost between VIP and Mystery Inc. at this moment. Got Lock-In.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, absolutely not. Things have just been increasingly vicious. Although speaking of, we got Lock-In taking on Gorm, who's at the ringside, just beating him in front of the crowd over there.
Yeah, you're going up against one of the toughest individuals to fight outside the ring. Not up to the same caliber, but up there with Burden and Notorious CAT. Yeah, no, you're going to be in for a ride. Going up against Gorm in a showcase match is a feat in itself. Pinning him is something that you should definitely be proud about if it happens. And then we have Laid up against Daverman. Yaki going up against the Shark Demon Man. And it looks like Laid's going to get himself in on some of the action between Gorm and Lock-In. That absolute mad lad.
He said, leave some for me. And Daverman over there is just taking a little bit of time to recuperate. Harold is one of our heavier hitters. I've seen indie shows of him where Harold just flat knocks a man onto the ground, and I saw him bounce off the canvas, just unconscious, and have to be rolled out, I think, on a stretcher. That is a lot of power behind the punches.
I think I know that match, and bouncing off the mat was an understatement. That he literally sent his opponent into the ropes and bounced him off of that.
Yeah, I think I heard a bonk.
I heard a honk.
It was, yeah, I could certainly say. Let's not talk about honks too much. We got Eastless Corn is still out there, and Sawyer might get a little twitchy. Yeah, and Sawyer might get twitchy if you hear. So let's just leave it at that.
Sawyer.
Oh, but Harold and Daverman just going at it at each other in the ring. Just pretty much one of the nicest guy up against our mainstay hero.
So much for that honor
And looks like Gorman has looks like Gorm has pinned Lock-In. Lock-In has been eliminated. Which, going up against Gorm, ladies and gentlemen, like we continuously say, oh man, you're in for a trip. Anyways, speaking of which, Gorm is just standing outside the ring menacingly, and Lay just goes and tries to get a piece of it. Tries to cut that stone himself. And here we see the Doctor of Albinomics locking up Papusa PI up on the ramp. Papusa PI taps out. And then we got Yakiniku Party getting eliminated by Caradon. So 2 eliminations within like the span of a minute.
Well, we got Alba facing up against Caradon over there, while Daverman is deciding to take on Gorm. Oh boy.
And now you see Caradon eliminated. By the by the maker's guillotine from the Doctor of Albenomics. Although I'm kind of curious. Us here keeps making comments about Albenomics to drop the jorts and go back to his more incandescent form. Do you think that's actually what he's going to do, is just go back into his old ring gear, or try to adopt a more stylish form?
We'll see. I'm surprised Human Resources in the administration haven't kind of mandated some sort of uniform for Albenomics, but I mean, I guess he gets to keep the jorts, so.
Yeah. Looks like Daverman got eliminated by a running power slam from Gorm. And then here we see Albenomics, and oh my god, get laid out.
I tell you, he hits so hard.
God, it's like the power of, he just holds all the power and magics from his dungeon delving days into his fist and just lays him out on his opponent. I mean, half the reason why they like that wind up punch is called "Get Laid Out."
So he's just getting cornered. Oh, but Albenomics just so he swept out the legs from under Gorm, and he's going after High Robe.
And spinning driver onto the Daredevil, kicking out at 2 is laid. Looks like we got some got a kick on. I believe that was like his kick. And yeah, late Hyrule has been eliminated. And then here we see the Doctor of Albenomics go up against Gorm. I'm not going to lie, if there's anybody who's going to take on Gorm, I would definitely think the Doctor of Albenomics would have it in the bag. Also because of his technical experience. Yes, Gorm has absolute unmitigated power, but the Doctor of Albenomics knows how to work a limb, much like his employer, Asir Turan. Although I say that, and yet, once again, unmitigated power, that is Gorm.
Okay, Conquest Bloodline just making a dominant presence, even now.
Yeah.
How do we get out of there?
Busted open, bloodied, and he is your winner of that showcase. Man. If the Conquest is trying to send a message to not mess with them, message received. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go right on ahead and get into some more action for you here on MNW Warzone. Coming up next, though, we have some words from the Gouda Boy, the Big Oof champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sir McCheese.
Hey, guys! What's up, Multiverse? It's me, it's Sir McCheese. I just hope some of you aren't mad at me. I've been feeling, well, guilty's putting it lightly, but I can't help but feel that whole thing last week was a mistake. It didn't need to go down like that, guys. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that Hightower isn't here. And he isn't going to be here, but he chose that for himself. All right? Though that doesn't mean I don't feel immensely guilty. So I've come out here to ask you all to forgive me for sending home someone as well loved by the fans and by the people backstage. Someone who was exonerated of his crimes, someone who fought hard. I just know what I did never came out of any disrespect. That's not like me, guys. You guys know that, right?
He was Hightower's partner in Chained Hell.
Let me tell you something. Stomach cheese. I felt abandoned, a little off put by my old friend for a while, by Hightower. He hasn't exactly been the best partner as of late, and now he can't be one at all.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, okay? It's not something that I meant to do, but it had to happen, all right? It was him or me, and I'm gonna choose me at least half the time. Okay, I don't choose myself a lot, but in this case I did. And that's just something you're gonna have to deal with.
Oh, but that's neither here nor there, Sir McCheese. The real reason I've come out here was to ask you a question, well, more let you know of something. Something that I've been thinking about, and perhaps a bit of revenge.
Okay, what exactly would that be? Like, do I owe you some money? Like, I could buy dinner or something, you know, and go to lunch, just talk it out? That'd probably be a good idea, right? I mean, didn't mean to hurt you or anything. Try my best to be accommodating to everybody.
No, your pleasantries make my blood boil, you stupid noble... No, what I've come out here to let you know is that your belt, the whole open challenge thing, I was thinking, maybe in order to get my revenge, I strip that hunk of metal from your waist and watch you cry.
Oh, you want a shot at the belt? I mean, it's an open challenge, so I mean, sure. Yeah, I'd be down, but I'm gonna give it my all, right? Just 'cause, you know, I sent your friend home doesn't mean I gonna, you know, take it easy on you, like, at all. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. I know what you mean. And you need to understand something that I'm going to tell you. And that I'm going to tear you apart. I'm going to tear those armor plates off your body. I'm going to tear you limb from limb and take that chunk of metal and put it somewhere it deserves to be.
Now, okay, hang on a minute. All right, that was a bit rude. You don't have to threaten someone. I know we're gonna fight. But fine. You want to face Sir McCheese? You want the Gouda boy? You want someone better than the Cheddar? You got him. You got the match. Now, just, you know, try your best. Have fun, I guess.
Oh, God, stop being so nice. It hurts. It hurts my brain. It hurts the chaos that flows through my bones. But yes, we will have this match. And I will show you what chaos and pain and what the things I see, I'll show them to you, McCheese.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have Constantinople challenging the Big Oof champion as a piece of revenge of retiring Hightower. Also, apologies for the stuff in the background. Fate, please take over.
Oh, well, you heard it here first, folks. Constantinople now being pretty much out of member because it was himself and Hightower who formed Chained Hell together. And with Hightower having gone off and made that match, which admittedly, I don't think he told Constantinople that. It very much seems like just something he specifically wanted to do, but the outcome is pretty much the same. It is rather wholesome, admittedly, to see that the Gouda boy has been getting under people's skins a little bit. Constantinople apparently just disgusted almost with how nice he is. Thankfully, it's not a hardcore or a massive stipulation match, but it's still a hard match that the good boy is gonna have in front of him.
Because I understand where McCheese is coming from, honestly. Because I mean, he retired someone's mentor, his best, essentially one of his good friends, and I mean, I'd want to get revenge for myself, honestly speaking, but the way, like, I still would have heard out McCheese though. I still would have been like, I understand what you're trying to go for, but this is gonna happen. I never realized being nice was so. What's the word I'm looking for? Obnoxious to people.
Instigating almost, yeah. People just don't like it when you're nice in some places, especially for the wrestling entertainment business. It's just kind of seems like almost facetious if you do it the wrong way. But McChase is just genuinely being nice. He's not trying to anger anybody, and that's not really his intent. That's just his nature, and people just, I guess, don't think he's a genuine cheddar. Yeah.
I'm not taking that bait. Like, honestly speaking, the fact if someone is gonna if I have a conversation with someone and they look at McCheese and go that and look at him and say that he's not that he doesn't say what he means and how, like, if he's not being at all genuine, I would call them a liar straight to their faces.
Yeah. Could just be a situation where Constantinople's just not used to someone who's genuine like that. Could be. So it might be just uncomfortable for him for whatever reason. But, yeah. We're gonna see that match in the very near future. Hopefully this weekend. I can't remember if they announced it or not just yet. But, definitely one that we're gonna look forward to, especially with the fallout of Hightower being gone. Constantinople is just gonna probably throw all of himself at Mr. McCheese, and ready or not, here he comes.
You can't hide. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to continue with our nights, and we had a best of 5 series over at Flashbang, and we're doing another best of 5. Both individuals have 1 win apiece against each other. We're starting off with the DJ Milsner and his opponent, the Sunken Warrior Depth Charge. And starting off big with a nice little takedown there. And I'm not gonna lie, if I want, part of me kind of wants them to actually team up after, like, off the back of this.
We'll see. Well, maybe if who is it? Maybe if they get run in on again by by Cloud9.
Hopefully. Granted, I mean, surely that can't happen again this weekend, right?
I mean, you say it, but things are especially hitting up, especially after a few things that happened later in the show, which we'll get into later. But for now, just these two big boys in front of us. Watching this, I gotta say, Joe, I am very surprised the ring hasn't broken by now. Just the sheer momentum and power behind both these individuals. It's a lot. I can see the refs legs shake whenever they drop a little bit harder on each other throughout the match.
I mean, you say that, but I can guarantee you, it takes a lot to bust that ring. I have seen so many heavy individuals get picked up and tossed around as if it was nothing, and get slammed on down, much like Milsner did to Depth Charge there. And, like, the ring just looks at it and went, ha. But then again, I also saw freaking, God, who was it? Nice size suplex Wilson off the top row. And then next thing you know, the entire ring just collapses.
Sure, Jerry, whatever you say, boss. Love it.
So yeah, it's possible. But woof. That's all I gotta say.
Even so, though, I'm very happy with how both of these gentlemen have been performing.
Yeah, for sure.
Leverage that Milsner can generate. Hitting him with these back-to-back clotheslines. Now in the corner, goes for the splash.
And, ooh. Looks like Milsner's getting set up
Busy it a little bit.
for the wave length.
He's
Ooh.
wiggling up.
And an elbow drop.
Oh, I think we're about. You know what I think's gonna happen?
DJ Milsner over there getting down with his back self.
Well, getting down with a... Looks like he was going in for a base drop, but it looks like he was going to have to counter with a clothesline on his part. Kick out at 2.
What is he made of, Jerry? What is depth charge made of?
Yeah, so Depth Charge is definitely a madman, to say the least.
That mat rubber that is like indestructible.
Oh, reversing. Milsner grabbed him. Oh, this is going upstairs again.
Just the absolute power, picking up Milsner like he's just like a sack of potatoes.
And then looks like, speaking of a madman, a delayed superplex from Depth Charge onto Milsner.
And depth charge drops a depth charge, and there goes Milsner. 1, 2,
2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, not DJ Milsner, Depth Charge.
and there he is. Depth charge. And
So yeah,
here we go again.
in this series, Depth Charge currently has 2 wins. Milsner is still at 1, but a show of respect to the fall, to his opponent.
Heck. Absolutely love to see it.
Yeah, you love to see it because it's just no egos, just 2 opponents who are trying to see who is the better of the 2. And honestly speaking, I am I am all kinds of here for it.
But we're gonna have to see in that upcoming weeks who gets the best of their series, and I look forward to seeing what happens. It's very nice to see Death Charge overall just growing as a competitor now that he's off on his own, and he's already got quite the fights under his belt. And DJ Milsner, of course, also not to be underestimated, as we've seen. However, we'll see more of that in the future, no doubt.
Oh, for sure. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we all right. So this one's gonna take a bit of a. This one's gonna be a minute. This one's going to have to take a bit of explanation because coming up next, ladies and gents, we have... Oh, God, how do I start with this one? So, ladies and gentlemen, Earl King West attacked Mick Morgan of Clan McMorgan last week prior to his Nexus Titan Championship match. And McMorgan had a... He did something. He okay. There's no way for me to sugarcoat this.
Let's just play the audio if you got it.
I do not have it. No, that's not our promo of the week.
Oh, oops.
You know what? I'm gonna try and find that before we get into this. This isn't the promo of the week, ladies and gentlemen, but this is definitely something that we need to mention. Let me see if I can grab it real quick.
Noteworthy, and it gets into a few of the things that people have been poking around about. It's just one more thing that's been resolved, and something else that we're going to see more of in the future. We're going to try to set you up with this in a second. We'll see.
I'm getting it now. I got the thing right here. I was just trying to find the tab.
Good. So we're gonna hear from Mick Morgan actually in a moment.
Yeah, we got it right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the moment of the week, no, but it would be criminal of us not to showcase this on Firing Line proper. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mick Morgan.
Let me tell you, lads and lassies, of an old tale.
passed from one chieftain to the next line of McMorgan. The land tail clan of our rise to greatness, from ragtag brands of dogs on the western coast to a true proper clan in our own right. We spilled blood and collected coin to reach where we are now. But it wasn't all without a wee bit of help there. It was said that our first patriarch, the first Morgan, reached out to the She, the Fae folk, and asked for their blessing, kneeling before the Queen of the Sealy Court herself. Aye, impressed with his dedication of the old ways, the Queen granted the McMorgan clan her blessing. Oh, but it came at a price. By taking his own dagger, the first chieftain Morgan carved out his own eye and presented it to her. From that day, the glory and fame propelled me family to greatness. But we never forgot that lifelong debt to the Fae Queen and her Sealy Court. So, let me tell you something, you little spriteling who fancies himself a king, Wes. You may have been able to run shop on both shows with your magic and trickery on the Warzone and Flashbang roster, but you're dealing with a new generation boyo, and you had to pick the one person who's privy to your kinds of ways. So don't think you can get the very best of me as you did before, Fae King. Die, the McMorgan of the McMorgan clan, the current chief of the clan McMorgan, and I will gladly renew me oath to put you in your place. Your move, Fae King.
Well, I don't care. You've been messing with the wrong Scotsman. If you think I'm gonna lay down for your face shenanigans. But I do have a question. Why, you git? Why have you targeted me? Why have you come after the McMorgans? Not that it matters. When I find you, I'm going to bury you. I can take on Fae. The McMorgans have been fighting Rogue Fae since the earliest days of our history. So you want to mess with me? I say, bring it, laddie, and I will bury you deep in dung. Well, speak. Former member, actually former leader of the Empire of Terror, and if we're being honest, former member of Nakamura Worldwide. It is Earl King West, the so-called King of Kings.
Oh, McMorgan of Clan McMorgan. You are without a doubt my favorite piece of food to play with. Everyone else just struggles and whimpers, but when I jab you with my fork, well, you make such a tremendous noise. You are entertaining.
So you admit it! You admit you're the one that's been interfering. You admit you're the one that moved the tables. You're coming clean that it was you. Fine. But why? Why? I don't buy this praise. Why would you interfere with my match? Why would you put forth the effort? Why would you risk the wrath of the brass?
You silly little man. I didn't put in any effort. That was such a low-level, easy thing I could do. I, in fact, did it while I was asleep. Oh, I could do things that would turn your mind to mush. But the reason I did it, yes, that's what you want to know. Well, it's because you're entertaining.
Entertaining? Is that what you think I am? Entertainment? Well, get ready for a show, you jackanape. You want it? Fine, let's do this. Name the time, name the place, and go ahead, name the match. I don't care. I will take you on, and I will beat you like you owe the clan money.
Oh, I don't know you anything, but I will get what I want from you, you see. I used to be on top. I used to be feared. I used to make people shiver and quiver.
But now, things have changed. And in order to get myself back into those spirits, I'm going to play with you.
Play? Oh, you think I'm a rag doll, huh? You think I'm some little toy to while the days away? 'Cause what? You're bored? I don't care. You have bitten on more than you can chew. I don't know. Maybe you didn't know the history of my clan, but I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you in blood.
Oh, I don't think you understand the caliber of things you're messing with. Yes, I'm playing with you because I am bored. But I don't think you understand what that means. I ruined your career just on a whim because I could. Now I'm going to ruin your life with every fiber I have.
Oh, you think you ruined my career? I'm just getting started. You know what? There's a lot. You know my friend Sandman? He does great with one eye. And I can do just as good. Who needs depth perception when you're up close beating some git in the head? So let's do this. I'm ready.
No matter how many little ritualistic oaths you take, how many the cute little Celtic things you do, I don't care how long your clan has existed. I've existed for far longer. And I am here to tell you that my appetite for entertainment has just begun.
You know, it's kind of interesting that Wes did literally all of that, moving a bunch of tables around, just overall messing with McMorgan just because he's bored.
So, yeah, for those of you still watching from the Flashbang segment, do you remember how I mentioned about vaguely I referred to Fae and their magic and their abilities and their their kind of evil nature? This is what I was referring to. Just like the long game sort of thing, just toying with an individual just because you can. It kind of makes sense in retrospect, but it's like it's a little concerning that APS and Jeff haven't been able to find anything. They only pulled in Wes to investigate off of just like a whim, because Faye.
Wait.
He genuinely didn't have any lead on him, so that's a little concerning about what we might see in the future, because he's clearly not done. Although Morgan, thankfully, is not disheartened, but hopefully, we won't see any more magic shenanigans. Actually, no, who am I kidding? We're gonna see more magic shenanigans.
I mean, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tournament to commentate on. That's right, the Kings Road Tournament. The winner of the tournament will go on to face Zucko Duo at Multivania, or will be the main man, because we do have an MNW title match later on in the night. What was it? A Chernobyl death match?
Yeah, it's pretty much a, if I'm reading these notes correctly, and we didn't have reporters on the scene. They completely forbid everyone from the site, so...
For obvious reasons, yes.
So we're gonna see is just what we got picked up. Yeah. But yeah, so at the end of the timer, regardless of someone winning or not, the facility explodes. So you could have 5 seconds left, and you have 5 seconds to get out of the area before it blows up.
Yeah, and last time I checked, neither man has any kind of teleportation abilities. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think anybody in MNW outside of like 2 have teleportation abilities.
Sure.
Yikes.
I mean, but Zach was like a Gundam, isn't he? Isn't that like explosions just normal for
Yeah,
that type of model?
This is radioactive explosions.
Oh, true. I mean, can he get? Oh, okay, we'll get to that later.
We're getting into semantics. But
yeah.
Coming up next, we have round 1 of the Kings Road Tournament, starting off with the returning Nice Ice. The cyber from Siberia going up against the Grand Master Duff Funk. And we have in the beginning Uncle asking who does have to bribe to get both declared loser. It's an interesting way. Nice Ice showing his power once again. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna lie.
Must be satisfying for Nice Ice to just get his hands on Defunct, and I'm sure Defunct feels pretty confident going into this, though.
For sure. Because I don't know, it was nice seeing Nice Ice just do his thing, especially because it's like he's never missed a beat after his return from injury. And here we see, looks like Defunct was trying to go for a headlock, but Nice Ice just quickly just shoves him away. Ooh, stun gun. Defunct has to. I mean, it's like Jerry just mentioned. Defunct has to like get him in that wiggle just to get him off of his. Essentially, just to get him off of his feet for one. For two, he has to be quicker and smarter just to get any kind of offense on Nice Ice. Nice Ice is a efficient killing machine, which is kind of ironic because he's a cyborg.
The Cyber Siberian, as we know. But
Yes.
he has more than a few words to get in with Defunct. He's just not approving of anything that's going on. As far as Defunct's brand of wrestling has it. Nice Ice essentially calling it just a very selfish, underhanded, just performance in general. But he's gonna have to prove it by beating him here in the Kingsford tournament. Otherwise, it would be, I believe, Defunct going up against the winner of the Jester Uncle Dunk match.
Which the Jester is an unknown opponent. Oh, here we got it. He got him in the wiggle. The most deadly submission move in the entirety of the Nexus, ladies and gentlemen. The Funk has it applied. He's a wiggling, he's a wobbling, and Nice Ice breaks out.
He said, "Not today, Defunct." And just swung himself off of the shoulders.
He literally said, "Yet."
Going for the pin.
Two. Kicks out at two as Nice Ice. Although, so, even though you've seen the show, who did you have as the Jester for Uncle Dunk's match?
Well, I remember hearing, before I could really think about it, because I was doing notes at the time and I overheard that it was an indie wrestler, apparently.
Yes.
When I heard the announcement about the Jester. And when I think of indie, I think of a particular universe, but I'll just have to see, because it is a multiverse after all. There are other planes of existences and other things like that. That makes a couple it gives me a couple interesting, like, ideas to think about. But anyways, I mean, it could have been anyone. It could have been anything from like some, I don't know, like a robot ninja, or maybe like one of those like invaders, maybe from the interdimensional match on I think it was April 1st. Just like,
And now,
literally anybody.
From Russia, with love, onto the Grandmaster. 1, 2, 3. And Nice Ice progresses in the second round. Into the second round. So, unfortunately, Defunct's championship dreams are donezo for now.
Well, true, but that said, we're going to be seeing more Defunct in the future, because he has the entirety of Cloud 9 to manage, and I'm sure Nice Ice is thinking about what's next for that group, because he is adamant on fighting it until it is just done and dusted.
Speaking about things that people who are adamant about current predicaments, we're going to go right back down to the ring to hear from the Nexus Titan champion. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's gotta be Kane.
All right, fine. You know what? I am very happy to still be your Nexus Titan champion, folks, because I have worked hard, training under my master, getting control of my feelings, harnessing my anger and aggression. But still, I feel I'm being messed with. Y'all remember the Order, right? You remember the Order? That was back when Dr. Grimm brainwashed me into being his lackey. And you know who else was bossing me around back then? The storyteller. Only he was an apprentice back then, but still, he was there too, taking advantage of it. And now, last week, I'm having my first ever defense of my belt. And who comes out to mess with me? So I want you to get your cryptic, blindfold, lantern-carrying ass down to my ring and explain yourself. You know, give me the plot. Give me the cover blurb. Oh, I think he's going to get it.
The night, it's going to come straight at you and beat you in a wrestling match.
Ah, Kane. Sit a while. Listen. You might learn something. There are many twists and turns in the plot, Kane. Not everything is as straightforward as it seems. Your tale, it is an interesting one, going many interesting places. How did I know I was going to get the cryptic bullshit? Just explain why you did what you did so that I know exactly why I'm going to kick your ass. So lay it on me, whatever, I'm ready. Give it to me. Oh, Kane, please. You're asking for something that if you really thought about it, you should know the answer. There's so much going on, so much happening with you and your master, your so-called potential. You must be tested to prove that you are, in fact, worthy. Worthy of what? What are you talking about? Tested. I've already proven myself. Hey, have you noticed that I am the Nexus Titan champion? I have risen to heights that not even that asshole Grimm has. So, not even that you have. So give it to me straight. What are you looking for? Oh, you stumble upon part of the plot. Kane, you will never get past what happened. You will never get past your time in the Order. So you want to kick my ass, as you put it? Yeah, I do. I want a piece of you. Hell, do you want to go after my belt? I will put the Nexus Titan Championship on the line to face you. Is that what you want? You, me, Multivania? You want it? Let's do it. I am ready to go, buddy. No. Kane, you're thinking too small. Your vision is too narrow. Let's expand upon it. This isn't just about you and me. This also involves your master and an old friend. Wait, what the hell? Wait, get back here. Wait, I got questions. You know what? Fine. You're not going to give me answers? Let's do this the old-fashioned way. With that, headbutt!
This fight is just an overture from a bigger threat that may be of some sort of massive proportion. Okay, the ref finally out here to break it up.
And the storyteller...
The storyteller giving a very vague and mysterious rendition like he kind of always does. Kane pretty much just trying to get him to spill the beans immediately, and I think the storyteller's not really trying to go for the Nexus Titan Championship himself, but I think he's trying to say that Grimm's coming for it. It's it's hard to get a read on that man.
It's especially concerning because what ended up happening in the last in the successful defense that Kane had was, to starters, there was a delay. Kane came out first, and he made a good presentation of himself. But backstage, meanwhile, Earl King West was attacking McMorgan. And then we cut back to the middle of the ring where the storyteller is just coming out of nowhere, and he's attacking Kane. And then there's a switch, and then you see McMorgan in the ring, and then the storyteller is nowhere to be seen. So now I'm wondering, that was storyteller, or like he's certainly not denying that it was him and that he did actually go out there, but it doesn't explain like how he got out of there. How did Morgan get there? Like, did they get swapped or something? Like, is there, like, I don't know how much magic storyteller has. It seems like the kind of like, I don't think he does magic. But I also don't know Wes or Storyteller enough to tell whether or not they might have coordinated that. I say coordinated very loosely because it was just very good timing for both of them, all things considered, which is a little concerning.
Yeah, it's the enigma that is the storytellers. I have no idea. I don't think anybody has any idea outside of Grimm, and even then Grimm just kind of he just looks on and just moves a chess piece.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily need to work directly, and even then, I mean, he's not a magical person that I know of. Although, I do also remember that earlier on in the show, the device was supposed to be active throughout the whole show, so I'm not sure. It's just a lot to think about, but not enough answers really to go into anything else.
Yeah, for sure. But until then, we have a gatekeeper match coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, the two rookies, Jean Tristram, as well as the new debut, Alistair Evergreen, are going up against the Allfather and one of his associates in the murder cave. Which one is it going to be? It's Grizzly Adams.
Yeah, this was a little surprising. I guess we didn't think that the rest of the murder cave would make a showing, but apparently it's just due to try to get things out of the way and just like move it forward a little bit. I don't think John or Alistair even knew until the last minute, so they had to just kind of scramble together and get a little bit of work in before it, but they didn't have a whole lot of time.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Jean has been preparing for his match against Arkoff since he got here. I mean, he essentially called out the Allfather in two separate promos in the ring, saying, "Hey, here I am. You're the guy I need to be in order to kind of progress into this show. Come on. How's about your people call my people, and let's get it on." Alistair, however, he had barely any time.
Not.
He barely had any time to prepare for any of this.
And as far as we know, neither gentleman has tagged before either, and neither of them either have faced Grizzly Adams or I think a whole lot about him. I mean, John might have scouted him. I don't know about Alice though. Like, I couldn't really get a word from either of them about this match.
I mean, it's like you said.
It's just like a vicious defensive, although that they got to contend with over here.
Well, what we're looking at here is a witch going up against a bear, like a literal bear man, and in this case, the bear's winning. Nice shoulder check though, from Alistair though.
Yeah, both the rookies have quite a bit of fire in them. It's very interesting to see. I wonder if we'll be getting any others this year, but looks like we got John finally tagging back in and going up against Arkoff.
I mean, it's like we mentioned before. He prepared for Arkoff. He knew what he was getting into going up against Arkoff. And look at that. Just choking out Arkoff against the ropes there. Cheeky man.
Right in front of the camera, too, I keep noticing. Like, he likes doing that right in front of the camera angles.
I know, right? It's almost like he's a kind of a vain individual.
I mean, when you work a cabaret like that, I don't know if he does performances. He probably just likes to look at himself.
I'm sure that he looks in the mirror for a good 2 hours a day.
Just gotta get every last hair right into place. Hopefully more time facing up against Arkoff there, because this man is setting up to put the rookie away. Just make him humble, but John's reaching for the ropes there almost.
Yeah, he's reaching for the ropes, and he powers out of the camel clutch.
That's oh, jeez. The move that has put away many a rookie before him. You definitely had to have that one scouted.
Oh, yeah, something on social media mentioned.
And
yeah.
Here comes the second one, and immediately cuts out of it.
So, on social media, somebody mentioned that, we kept making mention of it in the past, but, yeah, every time Jean Tristan even shows up, there's like bad thunderstorm. It's clear as day out, like before the show even starts. The next thing you know, bam, heavy rain. Weird. Speaking of which, looks like Jean Tristan tapped out to the
Finally,
Allfather.
to the third camel clutch. Jeez.
I mean, second one, there was a rope break, so he had a very quick time to kind of get out of that one. But, ladies and gentlemen, your winners are the Murder Cave. Arkoff congratulating his compatriots.
Well, Chaz was just kind of at ringside, kind of just waiting, observing. I don't know too much about the man, but he seems like more the scientific type, so to speak. Kind of just watches and waits.
Yeah, exactly. So, the gatekeeper match for not only Jean, but also Alistair are done for. So that means, I mean, they kind of have the entirety of Warzone as their oyster. They can do whatever that they want to. I mean, who knows what either man's gonna do?
Very true. Well, that's two gatekeeper matches on one. And we also have the Murder Cave to potentially look forward to, because we need to figure out who we're going to be sending to Multiverse, at least as far as the Warzone side of things, because they need to throw someone at AAA, and that's what everyone's getting prepared for, so we're going to have to see in the future what that holds.
And I believe that, did the administration, I could be wrong here, did the administration name the Murder Cave as the #1 contenders?
I don't think so. I think they have to face the absolute units to decide that.
That seems right. That seems about right. Let's go with that.
Yes, because it's been them especially. But I'm pretty sure it's a decisive match between both of them, and I believe that might be this Saturday or in the next couple of the weeks. There's a lot going on. For example, we've had multiple title defenses, and now, speaking of, we have another one to get to later in the night. But next up, I believe we have a Kings Road tournament match and a little something for us to hear from.
And before we get into that, we do have some confirmation. Yes, the Absolute Units in the Murder Cave will be having a #1 contenders match to see who's going to be taking on AAA at Multivania. It's like you said, Faye, it's either going to be this coming Saturday in the coming weeks. Hopefully it's soon, because I'm not going to lie. I'm very much looking forward to that match. That sounds like it's going to be not only hard-hitting, but it's going to be a brawl. But until then, we're getting to pretty much my favorite part of the of Warzone proper from this last week. But until we get into that match, we're gonna hear from one of the contenders. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, your Warzone promo of the week goes to none other than Sir Uncle Dunk.
Ladies and gentlemen of the multiverse, the hour of your liberation is at hand. For too long, the heavyweight title belt has rotted in stagnation under the bland, uneventful, and frankly overextended rule of that petulant robot child. But now, I shall rise to claim the coveted belt and bring back the life and prestige that it so much deserves. But before that happens, I will run this meager gauntlet known as the King's Road to claim what is mine. I will break down Nice Ice's communist wall. I will disperse the storm that is defunk. I will make a victim out of the victimizer. But the first fool to face my wrath is... Wait, who the fuck is I mean, once I brush these fools aside, my rule shall be absolute. Your unions? Gone. Your retirement plans? Used to paint my mansion. Your communists? Banished back to the pits of hell where it belongs. Soon, we shall see the glorious reign of Jeremy Alexander Uncle Dunk!
All right, as you all heard, Sir Ugly Dunk is taking his time into the ring. But who is his opponent? I mean, I definitely heard some very gleeful screams from gorilla position. It is none other than the indie darling Warfist. And I cannot tell you all how excited I was seeing essentially the biggest indie name that has never been signed to MNW make her debut into MNW. It was such a delight. I still have a smile on my face.
And I do have a correction for something I said earlier. Apparently the device actually was not active because it was agreed to be turned off actually for this show on the part of Grim turning off the device, and I think a name Talos was thrown in there. He came out on Twitter talking about it on Twitter actually.
Yeah, that's a whole deal. But yeah. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, the punk rock princess, the wild child of Toontown. Oh man, she is actually, like, no joke. She has accidentally came into our portion of the Nexus like 2-3 other times. I actually interviewed her for a call-out episode back in 2020.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Very lovely individual to talk to. Well, something that you have to kind of keep in mind is when talking to Warfist, you don't talk down to her at all. She kind of oh god, nice thunderbomb there.
I mean, yeah, don't talk down to her. That wouldn't put you into the ground.
Nah, she doesn't really appreciate it all that much. But like, she's got a very childlike wonder to her, and very straightforward too.
What intensity she has.
Yeah.
Also, we're getting a tweet out on social media.
And yes, the aforementioned
Talos.
Really, very friendly. Although I will say this though, if you are friends with Warfist, expect a shit ton of suplexes. I'm not even kidding on that one. Like, that's how she says hello, is suplexing people. If she could suplex them.
That sounds about right for someone like her.
If she could heal people via suplexing. I'm not even joking on that
not
one.
to completely take away from Uncle Dunk. Though, this must have been a little bit of a surprise for him, getting to face off with up against Warfist. He looked a little confused when he came out, just trying to. I think basically what he sees, like, again, a bit of a wild child. Oh, and there she goes out of the ring with him. I think in a second here. Yep.
See, the funny thing about this is, I did not doubt Uncle Dunk for one moment that he could not only spin this into his favor, but he could do well. He is a very prominent player in MNW. He is a very he could come up with this. I could not doubt for a fact that he could turn this around and come out with the victory on this one. He's a very calculating individual. You don't become a former Morph is gonna show ya! Sorry, had to do that. I've always wanted to commentate on one of her matches. Kicking right on it too. Anyway, but yes, so Ugly Dunk could definitely work this into his favor. But yeah, it is.
Every once in a while, I go out for lunch with a couple of the other Michaels.
I cannot think of a perfect matchup, honestly. Like, as not only as like the jester, but also kind of like as foils for each other. Here you have one of the three definitions of pure good in the entire Nexus, up against, well, the definition of greed and capitalism.
Yeah, and just personal. I gotta get a personal investment. He made sure everything is,
Money clip.
And that is the money clip, I believe.
Money clip, and he taps out the punk rock princess. And to my knowledge, unfortunately, this was a bit of a one-off. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing Warfist anytime soon. But what a match this was! Like, ladies and gentlemen, once this goes up on the YouTube, definitely go check this out. And oh no, don't do it, Uncle. No. You haven't done this in like months, man. Please don't do what I think you're about to do.
What did that mean, Jay?
Of course. That is uncalled for, Uncle. That is.
Well, at the very least, she can go buy herself like a lot of ice cream or something. I don't know. Maybe like a skateboard, a new jacket. Like that looked like a lot. But,
it's Uncle Dunk. I don't doubt that it's somewhat.
It's a very Uncle Dunk thing. Yeah.
It's a very Uncle Dunk thing to do. He hasn't done it for like months now. I figured he kicked the habit. No, he just he just dusted it off against essentially one of, if not the most famous name on the indie scene.
Nice. And we do have a couple of tweets out. One from Mr. Butler saying absolutely perfect display from the boss. And then Talos, she calls them friendship suplexes. One of the Grims, there's multiple Grims. One of the Grims taught her etiquette, and according to him, when you meet someone you like, you suplex them. Unfortunately, Warfist loves nearly everyone. Sorry, multiple Grims? Excuse me?
So, you know about the multiverse theory, right?
Yeah.
How there's like multiple versions of one person.
And so like how there's multiple versions of Citric?
Yes. Granted, that's something completely different, but okay, so the outside of Warfist, who is the only variant of herself, we have confirmed this through multiple means. Outside of Warfist, everyone has a multiversal variant. And that means even Grim. Grim also has variants of himself.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Okay, let's not dig too deep into that, though.
I don't want to think of shit.
My head's hurting.
Listen, I don't want to think of a goddamn thing. I have problems with one Grim in this multiverse. I don't want to fucking have problems with another one. I don't want to fucking know what they got going on. I have enough issues.
Joe, that might mean there's a clown Grim somewhere.
Oh, do not get me started on that bullshit. I know. I've seen that fuck. Let's go into the next segment here, because unfortunately speaking, we had some words from Asir Turan about going up against, about attacking the person who is responsible for VIP's dissension. So Asir attacks Maximilian Thunder Thighs. Thunder Thighs, has been looking for an excuse to get back at Asir, so he's taking his chance.
He's been, since pretty much leaving VIP and just recovering himself, Max has just been taking it to him and just insisting that Oster has been behind everything, and regardless of who's behind what, these men just they don't like each other, and either of them wants to put the other one out for good. Austere probably getting the literal sense, or the permanent sense rather, and Maximilian just in the sense where Austere just pays for everything he did. But ouch! Here we got rolling over here into this locker room back here, and Austere's just gonna start taking advantage of everything he can get his hands on, just wanting to tear Maximilian Thunderthighs apart.
For sure. Like, he's... we got a tweet out from Maximilian Thunderthighs himself, actually. It's like the Buddha saying, if you want something, let it go, and you will find it. Last week, I let go of that austere call-out, and he attacks me backstage. Anyway, I have words. Come see me Saturday. Ooh. Breaking news, we got some...
All right.
Maximilian Thunderthighs is going to have some words with Austere Terran.
We're gonna have to see more of that, and catch us on Warzone, live at twitch.tv/Dr. Caliban. But we got Austere over here, just getting thrown up. These two are just going all over the locker room. Just crazy the strength that these gentlemen have.
Right? It's outstanding and absurd.
Oh, not the briefcase. No.
And that's where I put it. Well, gotta throw it out now.
Uh-oh. What's this?
And a super kick into the locker. Maximilian is knocked out cold. So yeah, that was a thing.
On the bright side, we did just hear from the man, so that means he's probably ready to go, or at least he's ready to speak. This Saturday. I hope you're doing okay, Max. That looked a little rough.
Yeah,
but you can sure take a lot of punishment, though.
I'm hoping it didn't hurt as much. I don't know what to say. I'm hoping that you didn't get concussed or anything, because that would be horrible. Oh yeah, I forgot I labeled it like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have a match that to kind of tell you about this. I try and label every single one of these videos. All I labeled this one is stop hitting yourself. And
okay.
It is H.R. Sawyer coming down to the ring, just... What's up?
Oh, it's just, I hate that suit.
It's
so uncanny. Knowing that there's two of them.
I hate the material of it. If I'm being completely honest, mostly because, like, it's just... I don't know, carbon fiber doesn't really look great when it comes to that kind of thing.
No. I mean, I guess it's appropriate, cybernetics and all that, Android, is it? Yeah. But, so we got in this corner the Uncanny Man in red. And upcoming next,
we have Sawyer Prime. So Sawyer version 3.6. Yes, someone put it. Mountain Dew. It's the Mountain Dew match. Original versus Code Red. Sorry about the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go right back on to the match in itself. Let's see, where were we? Yes, we're going to start from here. Alright. Well, technical wizardry. I think we were about... Oh, no. About here. So, here we see... So, I tried to get at least as much of the carnage as I could when I was editing this match, but here we see a body drop onto the trash can. Jesus. Man, I'm hoping this is all part of Sawyer's plan. Because, I mean, I heard of having inner fights with yourself, but this is kind of ridiculous. I'm just hoping it's all part of his plan, or else that means, you know, it's a there's a whole lack of clown killing in the future, and I kind of fucking need that to happen. Scorch the island. Anyway, so Juan, Faye, who'd you have in this match?
Hopefully the original Sawyer. I mean, this is another case of, who's the doppelganger? There's two of them. Prime Sawyer didn't build Red Sawyer, or HR Sawyer. So, now it's like, did he code him? Because if not, who did? And, if it was originally Sawyer's code in there, that means, like, we got a rogue, robot. And,
Well,
I don't know. I'm getting real horror movie vibes. I'm not gonna lie.
well, there were a lot of theories thrown out, and the most plausible one came from the janitor mentioning that since Chasley built Zako Duo, what would have stopped him from building another Sawyer? Especially helping out the administration with their goals.
Yeah, it's interesting because Grimm at least has gone on record saying they're not aligned with either side, but there's might be another motive involved. If it could have been someone with the genius of Chasley, and we did see from him earlier in the day, but he was just sort of watching.
I was gonna say Grimm ulterior motives. No, never.
Yeah, but on the other hand, though, Chaz obviously, like, or at least a version of Chaz, definitely has the capability of building very, very powerful machines. As we see with Zako Duo, who, as some people know, was built by an older version of Chaz, and then proceeded to come back from the future, actually, and stop Grimm at Multivania, the first one. And he's been around ever since. Like, he is, like, regardless of what people say or think about him, he's a very powerful, person. Machine or no.
Future shock DDT onto the man, and then grabbing those 10,000-pound steel stairs and just ramming it into his doppelganger. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. The office cat's being a bit of a weirdo. Anyway, so coming and just laying it into HR Sawyer is Sawyer Prime, and he's relentless, to say the least. And oh god, just tripping him up on those stairs.
Yeah, I think this is the Highlander of robots we have going on right now. There can only be one.
So, here's another question that I'm kind of thinking of. What if it doesn't stop with HR Sawyer? What if, like, Sawyer... I'm just gonna say Green Sawyer. What if Green Sawyer is also going higher and trying to get back at Anon for kind of getting into the situation in the first place with them? Granted, he volunteered, I will mention, because he went straight to Anon's office for a proposal. Granted, I doubt it was to this level.
Yeah, we'll probably get more information from Sawyer as time goes, but yeah, it's just one of those occasions where there's more questions now than answers, and hopefully there aren't more of him going on. Imagine an army of HR Sawyers.
That is horrifying.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying about horror movie vibes. Like, it looks like something that, like, would be put out there to kill people.
Like, that just reminds me of iRobot. Honestly,
Yeah,
like,
how there was the one good one, and how everyone else just basically turned into a murderer because of an AI going all going all HAL 9000.
That plot was all over the place, and it.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, not us random movies aside, and looks like Sawyer HR Slammer was trying to go for another cyber stunner, but Sawyer Prime saw that immediately and got right out of it. And I think at this point, Sawyer Prime has seen everything that he could and is assessing a way to take down the Crimson fucking doppelganger that he's got going on. Although, there it is, Cyber Stunner. Going in for that cover. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner are Sawyer. He beat himself down and got right back up. Nah, that could have been said a lot better. And now he dancing.
Yeah. Just a very happy individual. I mean, I don't blame him.
Well, hopefully we see what happens with him within the coming weeks. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to get right on into it because we have 2 title matches to close out our show here. We have the tag team titles with the Outlaws taking on the Outlaws, as well as the MNW heavyweight title with Zako Duo and the main man in the Chernobyl death match. So, let's get right on into the tag match, why don't we? Here we have the Outlaws, Theron Eldrazi and CJR Killer going up against Raphael Sampson and Sasquatch Wing, the Outlaws. And that's what it's all for, ladies and gentlemen, the Unified Tag Team Championship. Formally just Tag Team Championships and the Ballroom Brawl Tag Team Champions unified under one. And let's get it on. CJR and Raphael are starting us off. CJR kind of coming off of a big win against Raphael last week. Raphael is trying to take what he learned from that match and apply it into this. Outlaws definitely, like, for those who don't remember, Outlaws had a ban to not go after any titles until Multivania. And until after Multivania, but because of the administration hiring them, they, well, they got that amended. Especially because 2 years in a row, ever since the Outlaws formed, they had one. They would walk into Multivania as the champions, and well, they're hoping to make it a 3rd year in a row.
Just because these two fellas have a grumpy disposition doesn't mean everyone has to keep hating on them all the time. I frankly like them. Well, I think the other thing people don't like is how they.
I have to admit, I wasn't able to catch this one live because, unfortunately, I had an internet issue as well throughout this, so it's a little bit of a surprise going into this. I did take notes throughout most, but I did leave the ending off.
Alright, well, I'm just kind of curious, like, who would you, like, outside of the Outlaws and their reputation, like, who would you sorry, outside of the Outlaws' reputation, who would you have in this match?
My money actually would be on, would have been on the Outlaws, and even if there was, like, a run-in or any kind of interference, my money actually would have been on, maybe Apex actually countering, because they're right ringside. They're probably prowling around backstage, you know, just looking to jump the Outlaws as soon as the match is over, the more I think about it. I believe I was surprised just not seeing, like, that level of shenaniganery, but probably for the best, because it's important to just want everyone to be safe. because we need these people to be able to wrestle, not dead.
Time and time again, the Outlaws will do whatever it takes to get a win,
Yeah.
including leaving their
I mean,
corner,
Outlaws,
letting go of
despite
the tag rope, giving a stiff left to Sasquatch.
despite being probably some of the most despicable people on the others, on the roster, they are for sure two of the best competitors that Warzone has.
Squatch handle, Jerry.
We actually had Jerry saying though on commentary how, just mentioning how pretty much almost every year the Outlaws have gone into Multivania with the belts, but have never left with them. So we'll see.
Wrestling match, you gotta wrestle. You gotta wrestle, Theron. Big lariat, however.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, this is the Outlaws' first title defense. I mean, granted, what a way to kind of begin your reign if I go for beating probably one of the best tag teams in MNW, but for another I mean, well, my thought kind of went out the window after that freaking assisted biblical proportions got hit. Cast in the name of God, yeet not guilty. For one, for two, ladies and gentlemen, your winners and still the unified tag team champions, the Outlaws.
No, sir. And with I don't know if I've seen them do that before that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for this year, not only do the Outlaws enter Multivania as the tag team champions, the Outlaws don't. That is also what is important here.
Absolutely, just a monumentous victory for them. But again, just very cathartic, I'm sure, especially for Sasquatch Wing, who's just been very very annoyed with the Outlaws. And I believe he's gone actually on record saying that just facing them in the ring would probably be a lot less painful than Raphael Simpson literally Old Testament style pouring molten gold down Theron's gullet into his gullet. Yeah. We don't have to worry about.
Yeah, let's not kill our competitors for one, and for two, I forgot about that. I forgot that Raphael went into excruciating detail of how he would try to end Theron Eldrazi. And
let's not worry about him going Old Testament.
Let's go on into our main event. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is for the MNW Heavyweight Championship with your contender, Big Papa Plutonium, the main man himself, going up against the ace of MNW, your MNW Heavyweight Champion, Zako Duo. And so what it's all for, ladies and gents. The top prize of Warzone.
The main man, Zako Duo.
And
as a reminder, this is a Chernobyl death match, meaning at the end of this match, regardless of who wins, and however much time there is left on the clock when you win, the facility will detonate, and there's 20 minutes on the clock and counting. Here we go.
There will be a detonation.
Yeah, I had to break a couple of my own rules to kind of cut this into a more condensed version, but I tried to, at the very least, get all as much of the carnage as I could. And that's kind of saying, I mean, for one, that's just kind of indicative of how much brutality both of these individuals put into this match, and two, the direness of this entire situation.
Absolutely. Nothing more nothing more final than a Chernobyl death match of these proportions. I would recommend checking out the VOD. It will be up, and it will be up on the YouTube channel eventually. For the purposes of this match, we were able to get minimal crew out as well as the ref. So thankfully none of the footage has been really corrupted. It gets a little dicey later, but don't worry. The full match will be up on the VOD, as I said, on Dr. Caliban's Twitch channel, and again on the YouTube eventually when that gets up.
Yeah, what she said. Sorry, I didn't have to show
It's part
because
of
you
the
already had it
job,
covered.
man.
I'm just saying, like I didn't have to show. You already had it covered. Good job.
You can't see me holding a thumbs up over here. I got him covered, ladies and gentlemen, but oh boy, it's just a titanic matchup we have here. And even Zacho was on record saying he was a little intimidated by having to face off against the main man.
Right now, just again the power and
Well,
strength
this is
of
a.
showing how absolutely
Yes, I see a nerd is
devastating
invading my chat, and good to know. Well, it's also just like this is a match that kind of favors the main man, Big Papa Plutonium, the Chernobyl Chad. I mean, again, the Chernobyl Chad.
Oh, big tope suicida.
I see. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, this match favors him very, very heavily. I mean, I don't even know if he could survive this match. That's the crazy thing. Hell, even even the countdown, like, if this whole thing blows up, I have no idea if he can even survive that. I understand that he radiates radioactivity, but still.
Yeah, it's not the it's not necessarily like the poisoning that will kill you, just the fact that there's an explosion that's going to occur in the facility, and oh boy, getting a little bit more physical as he's bringing out the hammer, but he's not satisfied with that. He's going back for something more.
And then a kendo stick straight to the dome of the world champion.
Without the crowd, you can really hear that echoing.
Oh god, just the once again, ladies and gentlemen. When I said I tried to capitalize. I tried to get all every bit of the brutality and the carnage. I meant it. Like, I'm not gonna lie though, the main man has actually been showing himself to be very creative. Let's just say that.
I mean, this is a very seasoned veteran. He's done a lot in this company, so it's just I can definitely see just him just doing whatever he wants on a whim. Yes, but I mean that in itself kind of just spurs some creativity. I mean, when you fight the Florida National Guard, and just an Chernobyl deathmatch and just a lot of things, just oof. It does create for some just really interesting matches, which, without the multiverse aspect and futuristic technology and magic coming into the play, we might not be able to get some of the things that we see, actually. It's not really anywhere else you can say that you're witnessing a Gundam DDT a giant glowing radioactive Haas.
Yeah, the Nexus is crazy. I mean, it's like I said, a Gundam going up against a nuclear revenant. And, I mean, other instances of just a cabaret owner going up against the Norse Norse god teaming up with, I don't know what the fuck Alistair is. I assume human. Oh yeah, here's that corrupted footage that you were talking about.
Yeah, the footage started experiencing some technical difficulties. I believe it's because the detonation was primed at that point. And people were very concerned on Twitter, but again, and I would like to remind everybody, there was absolutely no one there. No wrestlers, no fans, like there were no guests present. It was only the camera crew. It was some commentary wasn't even in the building. And it was just the ref and these two competitors, as well as the one camera being operated. I don't even remember if it was controlled. It might have been robotics, which would be safer.
God, I hope so.
Yeah. But I feel bad for the ref though.
Legs is damn near immortal. He'll be fine. And he set the table on fire.
Yeah, I mean, you say it'll be fine, Joe, but there's a table on fire in a place that's just rigged to explode. I'm surprised the roof at this point didn't start caving in and collapsing in little sections, just because of the nature of everything going on.
Well, like,
and I'm actually...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I'm actually surprised because, I remember how, correct me if I'm wrong, Zacho Duo has another mode where he goes entirely red due to stress, I think?
No, that's his red comet form.
Or he gets overcharged, yeah, or something.
It's an overclock of his systems. Granted, the drawback on that is ridiculously horrible, but it's... Oh, Hurricane Rana, the main man to the flaming table.
The flaming table! Oh my god!
I mean, I have to say this because it was a table. I am the table.
And now Zacho going taunting the main man to come back.
Yeah, it's wrestling law.
What a brave face put on by our champion.
Oh, nice bulldog. God, what is it gonna take to put away the main man, the Chernobyl Chad, the plutonium bruiser? How much are those pages? How far are those pages, by the way? Like 4 or 5 of the names of the main man.
Hang on. I got a book over here now.
Oh my god, she actually has a book.
Yeah, Michael's been, he's had to, it's getting longer because people keep adding to the damn thing. I'm not gonna try. I like my voice. I like breathing, and we got 3 minutes on the clock here, or less. We don't have time. But yeah, it's just a long list. It grows by the match, I think. They add like 3 more every week, I think. Coming in for the cover.
My god.
But a kick out, not even at 1. He is fighting hard to maintain that belt, and the main man's getting pretty frustrated. He's resorting to more just violent means. And Zacho's actually coming in for the cover here. But that's a kick out at 2. The main man is not done.
I'm also immediately surprised with the efficiency of the shitpost that our fan base has. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still MNW Heavyweight Champion. Why did that double? No idea. Zacho Duo. And the clock is still ticking, ladies and gentlemen. Just because Zacho won the match does not mean that it is over. He has to leave this whole facility.
Just showing off the belt one more final time. He's cutting it extremely close here with how the, as you can see, the footage is not going to start lasting a whole lot longer.
No, but at this point, how, at one point do you just have to stop celebrating and start, and your survival instincts kick in? Yep, there's
running.
That.
Yep,
Yeah.
there it goes.
Yeah, I mean, revel in your victory when you're like 50 feet away from the place there, Zacho. And this is where the feed cuts out. And ladies and gentlemen, don't adjust your screens. It's black for us too, because now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably cut it. And looks like the main man is like holding his arms out and just laughing his ass off. it's like
The extraction team is
The
pulling
clock is ticking, and yet Domain Man is still in the middle of that ring as the entire facility falls. With Domain Man still inside. He's fine,
There
right?
you have it.
He's fine, right?
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Zacho Duo, who we confirmed shortly after this was successfully extracted from the facility. However, the main man did not make it out of the premises. He was not extracted. That said, we also haven't found a body or anything like that. There's just no confirmation. We don't know what has happened to him. And, I mean, that is a hell of a way to go out, Joe, but I do hope he's okay. I'm sure he's fine, but
I
we
hope
have nothing
he's
to go
fine.
off of.
Yeah, we don't. It's it's a bit of a guess. I completely. I don't know. I'm just.
Well,
Well,
I'll tell you what though. If he's out there, I think we're gonna hear from him the second someone tries to foot him the bill for all the damages.
That or one of his ex-wives comes back, and next thing you know, we have Domain Baby.
Child support.
Actually, no, that'd probably make him run away. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, we have one more thing left for the evening. We have the Warzone moment of the week.
Planning on Domain Man continuing to kick out of this righteous offense by Zacho Duo.
Well, that may be it. Oh, right.
Oh!
And there is that. All right. I was so overwhelmed. I couldn't even call the finishing move. Zacho Duo wins. Great, Zacho. Okay? Extraction team.
Okay.
What? Extraction team.
Extraction team. Let's
get these guys out of there. Okay.
Let's go home.
Oh, wait a minute.
They have the space blankets and hot cocoa, right?
Let the announcer do his job. All right. Well, Zacho Duo has retained. Now get out of that building. It's about to explode.
And still, your Multiverse heavyweight champion of the world.
Okay, extraction team, speak to me. Whoa!
It's starting. It's hitting.
Okay, yeah.
Zacho.
We got 3 people to get out of there.
Zacho,
stop with your celebration protocol.
Zacho.
All right, extraction team, speak to me. Okay, they've got the ref. All right, Peter's out of there. Okay, Zacho they've.
What's the main man do?
They've got the.
He's just holding his arms out.
The main man is apparently now in the center of the ring.
He's laughing.
Okay, we'll get him out. What do you mean? Oh, what the extraction team is like, it's too late. The extraction team is pulling out. They say it's too late.
In the center of the. Oh my!
The ending of the MNW Heavyweight Championship Chernobyl Deathmatch, and the uncertainty of Domain Man's whereabouts. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your moments of the week, and that is Warzone. We do hope you enjoy the second half of the King's Road tournament. Boosh, there it is. Where we have the Beef going up against Seth Jackson. Injustice Jake even takes on the Victimizer Wilson. And we will be seeing the fallout, no pun intended, of last week's main event. Until then, Faye, is there anything that you would like to tell the Firing Line audience?
Oh boy, what a card we had for both Flashbang and Warzone this week. If you missed any of it, or you want to check out the full footage, please do so for twitch.tv/Edward Bosco for Flashbang, and check twitch.tv /Dr. Caliban. Otherwise, check them out on the YouTube MNW wrestling channel, where we do post all the VODs as well as Firing Line VODs. As for myself, you can always catch me here on Firing Line on Thursdays. And beyond that, oh boy, things are heating up, everybody. Tune in for the rest of the road to Multiverse, which, speaking of, to be featured on the July 9th to July 10th weekend instead of the July 2nd to July 3rd. So do remember, it's 1 week later, so set your calendars in advance if you need the time. Otherwise, I believe that's it for me. How about you, Joe?
I would just like to say I was actually about to make that announcement as well. But yeah, like you guys heard from Faye, we have moved Multiverse because of a lot actually of scheduling conflicts. We had to move Multivania from the 4th of July weekend to the next weekend for the 9th and 10th. So please come join us. We have a nice little pre-show that myself, Fei Jin, and Spencer Getty are putting together, and we hope you guys enjoy what we have planned so far. But until then, for my co-host Fei Jin, I am Joe Mojo, and we are signing out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Multiverse Nexus Wrestling YouTube channel. If you like this video, go ahead and drop a like, share the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and ring that bell to get notified whenever we post a new video. This has been Joe, signing out.